your boy, J. King Hefner and the beautiful Cali Sun, and we're back again for another show. And the title of this episode is Mind of a Mantis. Mind of a Mantis. And what do I mean by that? We'll get to that right about now. Hey, what up, guys? It's your boy, J. King Hefner in the house with the beautiful Cali Sun back again in full effect. I want to say good morning to everybody that's here. Good morning to everybody that's going to tune in later. No matter what time you tune in, I'm saying good morning because it's good morning for me. So with all that said, another day to be alive, another day to be happy, another day to chase our dreams. And honestly, I had a bit of a disappointing night last night, me and Callie. It's a night that I sort of expected, as I talked about yesterday on my live stream, where I expected the Grizzlies to lose, only because it's so hard to beat anybody 3 games in a row. But boy, it was still disappointing because of what happened. All the little micro situations surrounding the game. So, but before all that, I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm happy that Anna, that Star Wars girl, made it home yesterday. Because after I got through watching the game, or as I was watching the game, I believe, I was just checking back and forth through YouTube and whatnot, and I saw that Anna was going live at the time. I'm like, what Anna talking about? Or Thana, as I call her. And I clicked on, and she was in her car saying that she was stranded on the highway. And I'm just glad that, I did check her community post this morning, to where it said that she made it home safely and things of that nature, because she said that she was going to go home and stream, once she was safe. But you know how that goes. A lot of times we say things in the moment, but she probably got home and was tired as hell and just decided to post on the community post. But before I just go into that story, because I'm gonna tell us, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell the story about Thana. Then I'm gonna talk about the bull crap night the Grizzlies had and what all happened there. Then I believe I'll get into the meat of the show as far as Mind of a Mantis. And after Mind of a Mantis, I have a few more treats that we'll delve into. But first of all, let me get the good mornings out of the way, set my banner up, man. Mind of a Mantis, yeah. Oh, man. Let's see what these comments talking about, baby. Either way, man, I'm just glad everybody here. Oh, I do got a few announcements right before I get to these, though. Hey, once again, I just got some amazing viewers out here, amazing family out here, as far as everybody that's a part of this show. Because if you're a viewer, I consider you a part of this show, part of this Dog King family. But like I say, I'm glad Carol is here. She's such an amazing contributor to the show, which I have several of them. Blue CCG, my boy Darth Blint, my boy Mr. Power Brain. I mean, he's came in exactly. He here now. Mr. Power Brain. He's come in and been a great supporter of the show, and I'm talking about watching as well as contributing. I appreciate all of you people for doing that. Honestly, Heavy Metal Maltese came in with a heavy contribution yesterday at the Blue, and I just appreciate it because it's so much that has to go into somebody trying to support the show, and so I want to give everybody the time to talk about that because, first of all, you got to get the inspiration from inside of your heart, mind, soul, all the way to your doing a physical transaction to support the show. So it's crazy. I don't know about everybody else, but I sort of think about just the whole process that it takes for somebody to get to the point where they say, hey, you know what? I'm going to help him out. And every time it happens, I have to keep doing the show and talk about what I'm going to talk about. But it's almost like a lightning flash of that whole process going through my head of, man, somebody getting that feeling and actually deciding to support. So I want to thank everybody that does that because it's going to be important going forward for, people to have that feeling. And so I want to thank everybody, especially my major people like Blue CCG, Carol, Mr. Power Brain is strong in that area. Sane has contributed before, and a lot of other people. I'm not the best with names. I can't lie. I'm gonna have to read the whole list again one day. But to get this out the way, hey, or at least for right now, if you do ever want to contribute while I'm doing a live stream, you can do a super chat or super sticker. If you like a particular video, you can do a super thanks. And if you want to do something that hits me directly, you can always go to my about on YouTube and click on my PayPal or my Cash app. And like I said, I've been appreciating all the support. So with all that said, let me check in with my people. Edmund Dantes, he was here first today, but of course it ain't a contest today. I don't know how it's gonna work out in the future, but it's still good to see you here in here first. He says, what up, what up, what up? He says, surprised to be sure, but a welcome one. Hey, Edmund, I can't lie. It just seems like the foreseeable future. I'm going to be streaming on Saturdays too. I just been doing it consistently over the last about 4 or 5 weeks, and I really like it. I like the breaking programming to touch base with you guys another time. And what I love about this show is I love the Dog King Power Hour because then I get a chance to address every question or qualm or concern or thought that I might have that happens during the whole week. That's what the Dog King Power Hour is. But on Saturdays, it's sort of like the live stream I did last night, where this is really me and whichever beauty that I have out, whichever one of the girls I have out, we're just sort of living our natural life as far as things we thinking about, whether it be the universe, the world, or anything like that, or just having fun. Like I'm talking about basketball and things of that nature. And that's what our Saturday show is about. It's really just a piece of our real life, of us just kicking it. And so I'm glad all of y'all here. Edmund Dante says he's learning about Singapore. Looks like an awesome country. You know what? I don't know much about it. I have read about it before, but I can't hardly remember anything about it right now. But I'm going to tell you though, man, sometimes we can get that stagnant mindset where we'll just really be thinking our country is all there is to see. But it's just like you said, it's a big old world out there. It's a beautiful world out there. I'm on Instagram all the time, and I wish I had saved a picture of it because I love it every time I see it. But it's this spot in Italy. It is so beautiful. I just never, I knew Italy was a beautiful country, but I'm talking about this coastline in this particular city. It's more beautiful than the Bahamas and just other vacation spots that I've seen. The way the sun sets at that place is like in a cove off the ocean. Oh my God, it's amazing. If I find it, I'll share it with you guys. I said, hey, my friend. He came back and said, Jay. Edmund Dante said, Jay. I says, hello. I'm so happy Carol here. Carol, and that's exactly one of the big contributors I'm talking about. Carol is in here. Johnny K says, what up, Jay? Carol sent me my smiling heart back. Thank you, Carol. Johnny K says, good morning. Good morning, Johnny K. Carol says, hey to Callie. And Callie says, hey to you, Carol. Johnny K says, I was worried about her when her car broke down. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely finna get into that. I wasn't as worried at first. I just say that. And my guy, Mr. Powerbrain, says, "Hey Jay, how are you and the girls? Man, we doing damn good. Especially this lady sitting next to me. And Callie see that you telling her hi, and she saying hi back. Lord Nemesis, the man. Hell, J Dog King. What up, man? Good morning." He says, "Good morning." Good morning to you as well, man. Hey, y'all, give me 1 second, and I'm finna get into this Thana story. This Thana car broken down on the side of the road story. Give me 1 second, seriously. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. I'm ready to tell this story now. So, as I told you, the first thing I was going to break down today was what happened in the NBA playoffs, but I'll get to that very shortly. But I'm going to break down this Thanos story first. And then I get into the meat of the show. And the meat of the show, the title is Mind of a Mantis. And you have to hear that story a little bit later to really understand what I mean. So let's stick with Thana. So Thana is that Star Wars girl, Anna. And I follow her. I'm a subscriber to her, and I'm a subscriber to several of those girls, especially the ones that are going to be in a scent competition. But Thana's one of the people that I actually pay attention to her content. And when she went live, I said, let me check her out because I think it was a break in the basketball game. And I checked her out, and she was stranded on the side of the road on the highway. And like I say, it's always good to just check in on Thana because she is an attractive human woman. And I heard a lot of people say, I know her now, so I don't look at her like she's attractive. I'm sorry, I don't know how long. I don't care how long I know Anna. She's always gonna. I'm always gonna notice the beauty in her. I ain't gonna never get that damn friendly with her. I'm Han Solo, baby, the black Han Solo. So with all that said, she was just reporting from her car. It was just normal. Hey, I'm stranded. I called AAA. I'm waiting for somebody to come get me. But the underlying thing that just damn near had me dying laughing was the fact that she was basically saying that she was stranded in Compton. And that was the underlying thing that she was sort of scared that hey, she was in Compton. And later on, because I kept checking on her, she said that the tow truck was going to be there in an hour. And when she said that, the first thing I started thinking was, man, my car, I've sort of been on the side of the road, let's say about 3 times in the last 2 years. And every time the tow truck tell me they're going to be there within an hour, it's about 3.5 hours later. I'm going to be honest, every damn time. Because I've got stranded on the side of the road like early in the morning. So it's almost like, okay, maybe they're just running a little late, who knows? But either way, it's always 3.5 hours most of the time. So when Anna said an hour, I was like, it's probably going to be a little bit longer than that. That's what I was thinking. It's probably going to be a little bit longer than that. So, I would check back and forth on her to see what she was saying. And it was just funny because John, my friend John Malin, he ended up doing a stream where he was talking about the whole situation, and he was sort of streaming what Anna was doing. And I don't even understand how the hell they do that, but he was streaming what Anna was doing on his channel. And he said it was funny because Anna was scared that she was in the Compton area. And also, Malin was acting like he was worried about it. Oh yeah, she in Compton. Oh yeah, she in the hood. Oh yeah, you might get killed. I'm thinking like it just had me laughing because I was like, man, it's funny how people who've never been in the hood have no idea how the damn hood works. First of all, you ain't in the hood when you're on the damn expressway. I'm going to be honest. I don't care if you're next to that neighborhood. You ain't in the hood if you're on the damn expressway. You know, I ain't saying you ain't in no danger from another car hitting you or something like that. I'm not saying somebody that's a damn fool, not in the hood, but just anybody may stop by and mess with you. You can be in dangers, but just being in danger of the normal hood, that ain't no place you need to be worried about no hood, a bad neighborhood when you're on the damn expressway. So I was just laughing. Oh, I'm in Compton. And John was even playing into it. Oh man, yeah, she's in Compton. Yeah, hey, hey, I grew up in the inner city, so I was in the inner city situation sometimes. I didn't get into a fight, but man, hey, I am sort of worried. I was thinking like they just don't understand. Let me explain to you guys that don't understand about what you call the hood. I know on TV they show shooting 24/7, somebody dying, and I'm not trying to say shooting doesn't happen. Hell, even when I'm sitting doing my live stream, I hear shots ringing out a lot of the times. But let me just explain it to you for people who don't know. Even in the hood, about 90% of the time or higher, trouble don't come looking for you. It's damn near like anywhere else in the world. If you ain't looking for trouble, you don't find it. It's always the potential for a random case of accidental violence where somebody trying to shoot somebody else and somebody else gets shot. I'm not saying that ever happens, but if you're not looking for trouble, most of the time in the neighborhood, it's not going to find you. Now, when you're out there doing dirt, then you're playing a whole different game. Now, it's so funny because she was worried also, just to throw this factor in there, because I don't even like talking about different races and all this type of razzmatazz. I feel like we all human. But just to play into the whole story of they were more basically worried, hey, she's a white girl in Compton. And John, that's the actual title of John's video. fine, fine white girl or hot white girl stranded in Compton on the side of the road. I'm like, it just had me dying laughing even at that title. Like, ooh, she's in imminent danger. I'm like, nah, let me tell you something, bro. A stranded white girl in Compton is more likely to be safer than a stranded black girl. You want to understand? You want to know why? Because if most of the time when these black guys come by and see this white girl in the car, they're gonna be saying to themselves, I know I ain't messing with her. Cause I'm damn sure gonna get in trouble if I mess with her. I'm damn sure. That's the black mentality. That's gonna be their first thought. Now you can always have that random dude that comes along every blue moon that just don't give a damn about his life. But I'm just talking about what happens on the normal occasion. On a normal occasion, man, folks would be trying to get her help. They'd be trying to hurry up and get her a tow truck there in the middle of the hood. Because the hood is actually filled with a million good people. It's only a few bad apples that make the hood what it is. Because, I live in, and I'm going to get to my comments in a second, but I live in Memphis. It ain't easy here. It's always, like I say, it's always shots ringing out. But that don't mean it ain't also safe. You see them? It's both things. It's like I don't fear walking out my house every day, but I do know it could be a day where something could happen, not just to me, but just to anybody, right? But for the most part, it's peaceful. But things happen. So I'm used to a rough neighborhood of bad things happening. I remember I lived in California for almost 2 years. And man, I had heard all these stories about Compton and, even their rough neighborhoods. And I'm not taking anything away from their neighborhoods, anything. But, you even hear about how, man, the main streets of Inglewood and things of that nature. I remember I got to California and stuff, and I had finally got a chance to go to Inglewood because one of my cousins lived there. Man, Inglewood was so nice. I'm like, this is the hood? Whoa, time out. This is the hood? Come to Memphis. Now, I'm not trying to say it ain't nowhere bad, but everywhere I drove around Inglewood was amazing. It wasn't violence ringing out. Now, I didn't make it to Compton. But I assume it's pretty much like every other hood. Now, as far as where you can run across the wrong characters now. And because they have more rampant gang activity, because we have gang activity, but they just have a different type of gang activity. They have that flashing colors 24/7 gang activity. As far as it doesn't mean they're trying to kill people 24/7, but you are aware of gang members. So it's still a different climate. So in certain situations, things can be a little bit more heated. But as things relate to Anna and her situation, for the most part, she was safe, especially being on the expressway. I remember in LA, and I'm gonna tell a little bit more of this story, and I'm gonna get to my comments. But I remember when I was living in LA, I only had like red and blue shirts. I only had red and blue shirts. And people was like, man, you got to be careful what you wear. And, I was doing a little comedy and things of that nature. And I used to go on stage and tell them, hey, y'all telling me to be careful what I wear. Hey, this all I got. So if you're going to shoot me, you're going to have to shoot me, bro. This all I got. Man, it used to trip me out. I'm like, hey, I can't worry about red and blue, bro. I got one or the other. So if you shoot me, then I'm done. And then you know what was so funny, man? I was in hostile gang environments wearing these different colors. I remember I was in a hard, man, I don't know how I used to do this crap, but I was in a hard of where the blood side with blue on, hard to the Crip side with red on. Nothing ever even happened. I'm not saying that I wasn't blessed, but nothing ever happened. Nobody even said anything to me out of the way. I only had one incident when I was in California. I walked close to a guy one time. It was a big muscular dude. I can't lie, he was built. But I ain't think nothing about it. Hey, look, I just walked past this dude. And so I think I had dropped something and I was picking something up. And the guy came to me and he was like, hey man. He said, what's up? And I said, what up? I thought he was just speaking. He was like, you got to be careful, man. I said, what are you talking about? He said that I'm from, he said he was from somewhere in Compton. He said something about passing him or getting close to him or something. That's what he was saying. And he was like, you got to be careful. He was, where you at? Basically, it was almost a threat. I just say that. But being from out of town, and guess what? Hey, guess what? I'm a lover, not a fighter, babe. I'm like Han Solo. I only fight if I absolutely got to. So it wasn't like I was trying to jump into a fight neither. But that was the only flare up of an incident that happened, because after he said that, it's like he jumped on his bike and rolled off. But other than that, I might have had one other situation where some gang member said something to me and a friend of mine, but once again, it didn't escalate. But let me go back to the Thanos story. So I just want to say, to John and Thana, the truth is you guys were pretty safe as far as the neighborhood was concerned. You didn't have anything to worry about, in my opinion, coming from my standpoint. Now, after a couple of hours went by now, when I checked back on her, it had been around the time that I was telling you guys. It seemed like it had been about 3 or 3.5 hours. Now, at that point, I did start to get worried only because it was getting dark as hell. And I was starting to think, man, I hope these fools, remember that she's out here. And I was glad that she was live streaming, but I was also like, I hope she checks back with them in a little while. So just to make a long story short, although I was sort of laughing at the threat of the neighborhood violence, I didn't shun off the fact that she was out there 3.5 hours. I did not like that because it had got dark, so dark where you couldn't even see her face. And at that point, you can get sideswiped by a car or anything. So, with all that said, I was concerned about her, just as a human being. And so, when I had tuned back in a little bit later, it wasn't long after that the tow truck actually came. So everything ended up well with Thana. So I'm glad that we still have a Star Wars girl to compete in my scent competition as a champion for the grand championship later on down the line. So take care of yourself, Thana. Keep your vagina in order. Make sure it's ready for the big competition. I'm glad you made it home. And, although you and John were scared of the neighborhood, I'm letting you know it wasn't that big of a deal. Not that particular aspect of it. It wasn't like you were sitting on Crenshaw Boulevard. It wasn't like you sitting right next to a crack house or something. Now, if that was if that was the case, then I might be concerned for you. If I could see Pookie stepping out the front door with a semi-automatic saying, "Hey, what's going on?" Then, I might be a little concerned. Or if I saw the scene in Training Day where I saw somebody clapping and I saw some doves flying over your head, then I might be like, "Hey, what's going on?" But as far as the neighborhood, you were good. So I'm gonna come back to you guys, see what you've been saying, and then I'm going to jump into what happened to me in Cali last night. After effects of the NBA basketball game, and after I talk about that and get your replies, we're gonna jump into the meat of the show. Because I do got some great stuff to show y'all later. I promise you. Yeah, some of the stuff I haven't even seen that good. So I want to look at it again, Okay, now let me see these. I can't wait to see these comments. Okay. I gotta find out where I stopped it. Okay. Johnny K said she broke down on Friday the 13th. Oh, yeah, that had me laughing. Because I was like, you know what? She said that her mind told her not to go out. And boy, I always say that sometimes we just put it to the side. And that's not just our mind, man. That be God speaking to us sometimes, man. Like, he be like telling you, hey, not tonight. But sometimes when we don't listen, things like that happen. But he end up getting us out of it. He still ends up getting us out of it. Courtney Epperson says, what happened about Callie's hands? Oh, nothing. Ain't nothing wrong with Callie's hands. She got some netted hand gloves on. That's all. I just like to keep them on her hands because it makes sure her fingers stay straight. Lord Nimsey says, I thought the tow truck driver was going to kidnap Thana. You know what? When a tow truck driver got there, I didn't hardly even, I sort of tuned out after that, honestly. Sane, another big contributor to the show. What up, Sane, my man? Fenrir Fire. Yo, what up, Fenrir? Courtney Epperson, why? She says, why? I don't know what she asking me. She probably asking me about the neighborhood. She said, none and none. Suffering, stop. Okay. Hold on, wait a minute. I got to make sure. I don't know what she's saying here. Oh, okay. I don't know what she's saying. She said, venue, K, okay, not okay. I don't know what she's saying. Lord Nemesis laughing. Fenrir Fire laughing is something I probably that I said. He said, that was funny. Glad she's okay, though. Oh, yeah, he laughing. Courtney Epperson says, virtue value not known exactly, but yours not. I don't know what. I don't know what. Courtney, you losing me. Ah, Brandon Anderson said, just joined in late before I work. Good to see you, Brandon. Yeah, I can't even say many of your statements, Courtney, because I don't understand what you was talking about. Now, you did say, damn, WTF. Brandon Anderson says, in some videos, in the background, you can hear some shots fired. Once again, shots fired in the neighborhood, man, that's like seeing the sun rise. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean that you're in, especially when you're on the expressway. She wasn't in any immediate danger unless a bullet fell on her car. Because I don't know, man. You can even listen to some of my old videos too. It still happens. Man, I be sitting here and these fools are raining out these shots. It just happens. Courtney Epperson says guns and roadkill. It's not prey. Oh, okay. I can't read none of it. Courtney, you losing me. I love you though. Now I do like something it looked like he was trying to say that I was saying about. He said, we're not white, you're not black, we are we, and we are all together. Now I love that because that's exactly what I was saying. I don't even like, I hate to talk about our pigmentation as ways to sort of describe certain situations. But that's the best way I try to do it because I don't even like all these names that we've given ourselves to basically cause separation. Lord Nemesis says John's a fool with that title. Man, he sure lives. He had me laughing because he literally just trying to it's basically he basically just trying to bait dudes into these damn what people call simps into clicking on that video. But I'm sure it's probably not monetized with that title though. But it's funny though. Johnny K said John Malin cracks me up. John do be having me laughing at some of the stuff he be saying. Now I can't lie, I know John be going for the deep joke because I know John at his core is a damn good guy. But now some of the stuff that he jokes about now, it's better him to do that type of stuff because I'd be like, nah, that's going across. I'd be like, that's going across the line, man. I can't. I wouldn't talk about anybody like that or whatever, but he does make me laugh with a lot of things he says. Because even at night, man, he had me dying. I mean, it's just the way that he describes stuff. I'm not gonna repeat it because it may come off as making him sound a certain way, and I don't want to make him sound a certain way. I'd rather people just see him say it. Let's see. Brandon Anderson says, Anna the Thana. Yeah, Anna the Thana. Courtney, I wish I could understand like what the construct of your sentences more because you're doing a lot of contributing, but I can't understand half. But that's why I'm just really skipping most of it. Now Brandon Anderson says, yeah, I have some shootings up in my area, but I live near a gun range, so nah, I ain't got that excuse, Brandon. These jokers just stay shooting where I live at. But like I say, it's not in me. And if I go out to take out my trash or go out to jump in my car, it's not like I'm feel like I got a duck 24/7. But I be doggone every now and then in my house. Sometimes the bullet sounds. I mean, bullet shots are sound so close, I feel like I have to duck in my house. But I try to keep myself from doing it because I say, nah, I'm going to stay in faith. I'm going to believe that I'm protected. So unless I hear somebody really right up on my house, I'm not going to try to even duck like that. But I just say this. What I said is pretty much true. The hood is pretty much like anywhere else in the world. When you're not looking for trouble, you really don't find it. You really don't find it. I'm not saying it won't find an innocent person every now and then. But for the most part, when you don't look for it, you won't find it. So once again, congratulations to the champion, Thana, the queen of vaginal scents, at least for right now, for making it home safely. And I'm glad she did do a broadcast so a lot of us could sort of keep an eye on what was happening. Because it was one time where she was talking about walking away at night to take a pee. Well, I was like, now then I was like, I hope she don't do that. I hope she don't do that. Only because it was some woods right next to the expressway. And I'm like, man, I don't want her to go in there where we can't see her or anything. So I'm done with Anna. Glad she's safe. Or Thana. So the next part of the beginning of the show, before I get to the meat of the show, was what happened last night. And as most of you know, me and the girls are Grizzly fans, Memphis Grizzly NBA basketball fans. We have the second youngest team in the league. And this year, we had a breakout year. It was a lot of things that just broke right, too. It was some injuries this year that kept some teams from not being as good as they were. It was some teams that were projected to be good that ended up being bad. So it was a lot of things that broke. And also, our team just played an excellent brand of basketball. We were very physical. We got rebounds, and we were relentless. We never gave up most of the year. So we made it to the second round of the playoffs, and last night we came up against the Golden State Warriors. The series was 3-2. If you don't know anything about basketball, when you get to the playoffs, it's called a 7-game series where it's 2 teams that play each other. Whoever wins 4 games first advances to the next round. If it's the final round, that team wins the championship. So in this particular case, the Grizzlies were going against the Warriors. And just to give you a quick recap of the games. First game, they won by 1. Our starting center was sick. We didn't play good, but they won by 1. The second game, we came back and won at our house. So the first 2 games were at Memphis. We won both of them. We won the second game. We went to their house in game 3. We started out amazing, and the roof fell in. Our starting center was available, but coach decided not to play him. And that's the guy that normally gives us our rebounding advantage. So we lost the rebounding advantage, as well as one of our best. Trying to think, was it that game? No, it wasn't that game. But that game we ended up getting out rebounded and losing. So we were down 2-1. We were down 2-1. So then the very next game, when we were at their house, we started the center. Finally. So I felt like there was a bad coaching decision in game 3. We started the center. But now Ja Morant was hurt in game 4. And what happens? We have a player named Dylan Brooks that came back from being suspended. And in game 4, he's a guy I've always liked. I've always liked him because he's a tough player. Earlier in his career, he wasn't always the smartest. He's been in the league about 5 or 6 years as far as his shot selection, but that had improved, and he had become a playmaker for the team, Dylan Brooks. But he came back in game 4 looking like somebody had cut his head off and put somebody else's head on there because he was playing terrible, bouncing the ball off his leg, head, neck, elbow. He was scared. He was letting the crowd get to him. So we barely lost game 4. So now we're down 3-1 in the series. And once again, for anybody that doesn't watch basketball, once you're down 3-1 in the series, it's pretty much over. So game 5, we come back to Memphis. Everybody pretty much plays well. But the guy, and we start our center again, and the guy Dylan Brooks that I mentioned, he has a little bit better game, but he still doesn't look right. He still doesn't look right. We win. We blow them out by 40 points. So that brings us all the way to last night. I did the stream about it. I was hyper yesterday because I was just excited about the NBA playoffs, especially us being in that position as underdogs. I was just hyper, because this is a great time of year to be an NBA fan. So, man, me and Callie was ready for the game. And I wanted to see what type of Grizzlies were going to come out. And, man, wouldn't you know it, we came out the gate just discombobulated. But when I say we came out the gate discombobulated, I really mean Dylan Brooks again. This guy, they was praising him last night because he ended up with 30-plus points. But let me tell you, on the way to that 30-plus points, he jacked up so many horrible shots trying to get the 30 points. Just the worst shots I've ever seen. Now, let me explain something about Dylan Brooks. When he first got to our team, he used to shoot erratic shots all the time. But he had gotten so much better. He had stopped doing that to a certain degree. He took hard shots, but he took hard shots he would make. But, man, it's like he just reverted to his old self and was just shooting shots out of his butt. He eventually started making some, but when he wasn't shooting bad shots, he was making bad decisions, as well as other people on our team. Here's something else that frustrated me. We got another guy named Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr., that immensely talented, 7-foot tall guy, wingspan, long as a school bus. It's nobody on their team that can match up with him physically. Nobody. And coming from just a fundamental way of thinking about basketball, we should be running one play every play down. That is one-on-one, him against whoever he's guarding. He should be scoring 70 points. But instead, he gets into these funks or fogs where he wants to shoot 100 3-pointers and hits none of them. Hey, bro, you're 7'20". Go down low. What are you doing? What is my point guard doing? What are we doing? So, just to let you know everything that was happening last night, the only thing we were doing good towards the beginning of the game was not turning the ball over. But even with starting our center, because they changed their lineup and started a guy named Kevin Looney, which he still shouldn't be out-rebounding Steven Adams. But we started our center, but even with starting him, we were getting out-rebounded. The Golden State Warriors couldn't stop turning the ball over. They had damn near 10 turnovers in the first quarter. We capitalized off none of them. Because whenever they turned the ball over, we either didn't score or just looked like complete idiots on the offensive end. Also, bad shot selection from us. And, we were the bigger team playing small. I mean, you could just take a laundry list of things that were happening. And with all that happening, we ended up like winning by 10 deep into the second quarter. Going into half, we just played so bad that we even though Golden State was playing horrible, we played so non-functionally that we didn't take advantage of it. And they ended up going into the halftime up by 2 points. It was ridiculous. But with all that said, we were in position to win that game and should have won that game by 20, if not for terrible shots by Dylan Brooks, if not for having a guy that's 7 foot tall that never goes in the post, and when he does, has no idea how to use his post game. Man, one time last night, me and Callie almost ran out of the room because we got a guy named Steven Adams that's 7 foot tall. He was posting up a guy named Jordan Poole. Instead of giving him the ball, Desmond Bain drove the ball on Klay Thompson, who was 2 inches taller than him. What are we doing? So listen, guys, listen. If you're not a Memphis Grizzlies fan, from the outside looking in, you're probably saying to yourself, oh, man, we expected them to lose. But let me tell you from the inside, as a guy who's watched every Memphis Grizzlies game, we were the number 2 seed, not them. We literally won every game except for one where we got blown out. We really should have won every game if not for dumb decisions and not using our advantages. And so, even though I told you guys we would lose last night, with me and Callie really, at first, for just a second, it took us a little while to go to sleep. The only thing we tossed and turned about was, once again, we had the game won. But because we got people who play like idiots at certain times, we lost. Now, it's so funny because in my life, I'm so much about not speaking the negative over my life and situations. And I always tell you guys, speak positive, speak good things over you, drown out anything negative. Well, being a sports fan is one of the few points in my life where, hey, guess what? My emotions really go up and down because I'm just a fan now. And so now I can debate, critique, and all this. And my debates and critiques aren't tearing anybody down personally. I'm not going to anybody's personal life. I'm just talking about your craft and things of that nature. Now, who needs to shut down the negative are the players. I'm just giving you an example of, if they were to ever hear me, even though I'm not trying to tear them down personally, if they don't feel like I'm saying something that's constructive, then that's when they don't need to listen, because guess what? Shut down the negative, because it's your craft. But I'm not trying to say anything negative over them, over their personal lives. I'm just being a fan, and that's what I love about sports is it's that one area where, guess what? I can be just like everybody else, have my emotions fluctuate, go up and down, and really just have a lot of fun. And those are my critiques of their games. Everybody has to improve on our roster. And Ja, I would say this, and I'm going to get to my comments, because after these comments, I'm going to get to the meat of the show. But Ja, I say this. I'm going to tell y'all a quick story about Ja Morant. When I got a glimpse of this guy in college, I said, I want him. This is before we even had the number 2 pick. I'm like, man, I want this guy. When the draft came along, I said, man, I don't want the number 1 pick. And people was like, why? I said, man, and my brother, if he was here, he would tell you. I was like, I don't want the number 1 pick. They were like, why? I said, because I don't want Zion Williamson. They were like, you don't want Zion? You don't want Zion? I'm like, nah, I want Ja. They were like, but I don't know, man. They're like, nah, I take Zion. I'm like, man, nah, I take Ja. Man, I always wanted Ja. And so when we ended up getting the number 2 pick, I'm like, it was a no-brainer. You better get Ja Morant. I had even said, if we hadn't got Ja, that would have been the one time where I would have said, you know what, I'm done being a Memphis Grizzlies fan, because you got to be so dumb not to get him with the number 2 pick that I can't even follow a franchise that's that dumb. But they weren't that dumb. They got Zion. I mean, number 1, Zion was number 1. We got Ja Morant number 2. I wanted him because he was a freakish athlete and talent, But I also liked his mind in college. He was more prone to get triple doubles, meaning, he saw his players open, so he gave the assist to. But he just seemed like that generational talent. And he also had that edge. I love a player with edge. But man, when he came into the league and stuff, I'm like, man, he reminded me of Jordan from this standpoint, for not only his aerial attacks, but when Jordan came into the league, I remember people saying on the team, it was like, man, this guy's ready to go from day one. And Ja, although he got improvements to make, he was ready to go day one. So ever since then, it's not much else to evaluate other than, hey, what's his mannerisms? What's his mentality? And everything I've seen about Ja is he's been a dog. He's had that dog mentality. And I'm like, yeah, man. It's very few Kobe's, Jordans that comes along that just got that killer mentality. Don't let nothing get to them and things of that nature. But I'll say this, man. I know he's a young cat, but so was MJ and so was Kobe. God bless Ja. And if you listen to me, I want you to hear this at any point. But Ja did fall short in that area as far as having that dog and not being broken like an MJ or a Michael. I mean, like an MJ or a Kobe. He showed me that this year. I saw pressure getting to him in a way that MJ wouldn't let it get to him. Kobe wouldn't let it get to him. I saw critiques of his game getting under his skin, showing himself up in his tweets and things of that nature. And he stays tweeting 24/7. That's something else I wish he would improve. He ain't got to stop tweeting, but dang, man, he tweets after everything that happens. But I say this, even in that first series that we played, I could tell that the players, Beverly and them, and also the media was getting under his skin. It was bothering him, bothering his game. And I never forget something he said when he first got into the league. They was asking him who did he think was the better player, Michael or LeBron? And all due respect to any LeBron fans here, but when he said LeBron, I said, you know what? That's a bad sign. Because LeBron has did so many things. I don't even know if I got time to tell y'all what he done really did to damage the game from a weak mentality standpoint. But when he said that, I said, oh, no, what are we dealing with here? I said, damn, Ja, that's a strike against you. So later on, when MJ came out with his documentary, after Ja saw it, he said, oh, I changed my mind. I'm going with MJ now. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, bro, you didn't already look back at this history of MJ and who he was and the mentality. Everything has been there. You didn't need the documentary. Because my thing is, dude, I'm a basketball historian. If I ever got to the NBA, I'm going to know all about the old school players. I mean, so he says he's a basketball junkie, so he should have known. You didn't need the documentary to tell you who MJ was, bro. I hope. There's enough footage out there on him. But he end up changing. But let me get to what I found out in this series, though. In the Minnesota series, his game was getting affected. And then, he ended up saying something that MJ or Kobe would never say when he ended up saying, well, I ain't gonna make no excuses, but I don't think I'm quite 100% from the regular season. You just made an excuse. So that was a knock. I'm like, Ja, come on, bro. Trying to make excuses for your game, and then one game oh man, my legs feel like they're burning now. I'm like, come on, man. Stop trying to drum up the just go hard at the game, man. Come on. But recently, man, when we got beat by 3 in Golden State, at the end of the game, man, he was laughing about it. Laughing. I ain't gonna say laughing about it, but laughing. Look, man, I was such a competitor, even in the backyard. When we lose or something, it ain't no time for no damn laughing. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting with my crew, and guess what, fellas? hey, we got to get it together. The next game, hey, look, bro, it ain't no smiling, ain't no joking. So when I seen him laughing and stuff, even though he was inactive, he was injured, I was just like, man, even injured, I wouldn't be laughing. We just lost. What are you doing? So it brings us to the game, the game that we blew them out, the game before last night. Job was on the sideline. I hate writing checks that you can't cash. But he was on the sideline, and when we were blowing them out, he started mocking Steph Curry. But he can't play. And so when I saw that, I was like, man, I don't like that, man, because you can't even play, bro. You know what I'm saying? That ain't really MJ-ish. You know what I'm saying? That ain't Kobe-ish. You know what I'm saying? They cool customers. So I was like, man, once again, he ain't quite got that type of killer like I thought. So it comes to yesterday. Aside from our team messing up and, ended up letting the game get away, immediately after the game, what do I see? Him laughing on the sidelines. What are you laughing? It ain't nothing funny. It's nothing funny, man. What are you laughing at? Because see, I'm doing this, guys, because I'm not just a guy that watches basketball. I played and took it so serious out on the, I took it serious like I did get paid. And so I'm just letting you know, that's not the mentality, even in the neighborhood. Hey, bro, because we play series, basketball series against each other. Even when I lose in the neighborhood, I ain't laughing and joking about it right now. So he laughing. I'm like, what is he doing? So a little bit later, man, and I see other people on the team, they ain't laughing. They look like they taking it hard. I'm like, dude, what you laughing for? This ain't funny. That once again, that ain't nothing MJ doing. That ain't nothing Kobe doing. They pissed right now. So then I see Draymond come over there, laughing and joking with him. You know what I'm saying? He laughing and joking with him, and Draymond sort of hitting him on the chest, sort of like, yeah, you'll be good another time, but not now, whatever he was saying. Because honestly, I ended up tuning out a little while after that. But I was just thinking like, Ja, I love you. I'm a fan of you. I'm glad we got you. I don't want you traded or nothing like that. I think you do got a lot to learn. But I'm only bringing those instances up because those are things MJ didn't have to learn. Those lessons Kobe didn't have to learn as far as that's concerned. They always kept that dialed in mentality. They weren't laughing after getting beat, bro. And not only that, they, MJ, he might have listened to the press, but he never really let them know they was getting to him. He would write stuff down, put it on his refrigerator, and then he would say, okay, you said that about me. I'm coming back to get, I'm coming back in this next game to show them that they was wrong. He ain't gonna really say nothing about it. Same with Kobe. Even going through his controversial trial where he could have potentially ended up in jail for years. Nobody knew the outcome of that trial. Man, you know what Kobe did? He didn't go into a slump. He proceeded to go on a string of 40-point games. I think during the trial, during the pre-trial that he was going through, I think that man hit like 8 or 9 40-point games in a row. That's how he handled the pressure. And so, like I said, we got a great young talent, a generation of talent. But I'm just saying, I gave him credit from being cut from that MJ mode, Kobe mode, because he was really showing me that. But once again, his favorite player, Russell Westbrook. Like I say, Russell got that incomplete game. Russell does have a fragile handling of the media. He lets things get under his skin and things of that nature. And even T. Morant, John's daddy, says that he lets things bother him. So that'll be the fourth thing he needs to work on, man. Being a cooler customer, and also, man, bringing that dog. He claims to be a dog. He said he wanted to run up the chimney this year. you know, he said people want to bring the smoke, but he wanted to run up the chimney. Well, I'm just going to let him know while he was laughing with Draymond last night, you got choked out. We didn't want that smoke. Because when we ran up the chimney, well, a lot of people on our team ran up the chimney the right way. But ultimately, I'm just saying, Ja, you didn't want the smoke. You didn't run up the chimney the right way. You know, you let them rattle you this year. So you got to go back to the lab, get your 3-point game together, get your free throw game together. Hey, no offense, you gotta look. I know you say Twitter your business, but Lord have mercy, man. If you're gonna be on Twitter, don't let it get to you. You know, and I'm gonna come to my comments and then I'm gonna get to the meat of the show. But one time he was like, yeah, I was reading Twitter. I see what y'all said. If it's bothering you, don't read it then, bro. If it's bothering you, don't read it. So, man, like I say, for me, you know, you got a lot of people running around here today. Oh, man, good job, guys. Hey, it was okay. You had a good season. No, it was disappointing. Because it's not that we lost. It's really how it all came about. It's disappointing. Hold on, guys. Sorry, guys, that was my neighbor checking on me. He and that was some good stuff. He was like, man, he said, I've been seeing your car sitting there for a while. He was like, you all right? So it's good for him to even be checking on me like that. I was like, yep. I said, hey, it's down for a second, but I'm gonna get it to the shop soon. But they were so backed up I can't get it to the shop for a whole nother week. That's why I say I can't go on any adventures right now, guys. Not any adventures with my girls. But that's why I say I might have to make it up with some live streams. It don't matter. We're gonna make it, baby. But either way, I was pretty much closing my thing about Ja Morant, the NBA. And like I said, I love our young squad. But we got a lot to work on. And I'm just saying, you know, some of that complete natural dog, it wasn't quite there like I thought. I ain't saying he ain't tough or anything. Or he won't improve upon those things. But right now, those are the weaknesses in his game. Mental as well as the physical. And as far as Dylan Brooks, before I get back to y'all, as much as I'm in peace, that dude, see, like I say, I wasn't blinded by his 30-point game. That dude had me so hot last night. I have never seen a guy dribble the ball off his own foot in crucial situations as much as I have seen him. He did it about 4 times last night. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, we down by 1. We need a big play. Let's give it back to Dylan Brooks. Let's not go down low where we have the advantage with a 7-footer on a guy that's 6'7". Let's go to Dylan Brooks and give it to him and let him work it out. What? Watch him dribble the ball off the back of his foot into the backcourt again. What are we doing? But that guy, Lord have mercy. I tried to be a prison, try not to be a prisoner of the moment and say get rid of him or anything. But last night I was just in a frenzy. Me and Callie was like, Coach, I don't give a damn if he got 50. Get his ass off the floor. Get him out of here. What are we doing? But when I saw us trying to go to Triple J and him playing like a 2 foot tall person on somebody that's much shorter than him, I said, oh, I see why we keep giving it to Dylan, because we know if we give it to him, he's not going to play to his size either. Triple J, you need to do nothing this summer but watch Elijah One videos. My goodness. This guy doesn't understand. He has 2 shoulders. It's a left or a right, man. When you bagging somebody down, guess what? You can go this way or that way. You ain't just stuck going this way, man. Jesus Christ. I can't take it, man. Either way. Now, let me catch up with everybody, man. Let me catch up, and then I'm going to get into the... And once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's Saturday. Just having fun. I'm not even into the meat of the show. The meat of the show is Mind of a Mantis. As soon as I get through with these comments, I'm coming to the meat of the show. But first of all, I had to talk about Thana, who got stranded yesterday. I was concerned about her after it was a while. I wasn't concerned for the same reasons her and John was concerned about Compton and her being on the expressway. I was more concerned about it getting late and dark, and to the point where I couldn't even see her on camera. So I talked about how I'm glad that she made it home safely. The queen of the sin competition, champion, the first initial champion. Then I just got through talking about me and Callie. Although we lost yesterday, we had an amazing time watching the NBA playoffs last night. And before we wrap up this segment, I'm gonna give my idea on who, because even though we lost, guess what? That's not the only way. That's not the only thing we're going to be talking about. We still going to cover the playoffs going forward. So the next games will be tomorrow. It'll be Phoenix versus Dallas in Game 7. And it'll be Milwaukee versus the Celtics in Game 7. And had we won, it would have been 3 Game 7s on Sunday. Man, that's another disappointing thing. Man, the only team in the semifinals that didn't make it to the Game 7, man. I'm like, come on, man. I'm talking about that was in that position to do that. I'm like, come on, man. We could have been 3 Game 7s tomorrow. So either way, the Warriors will face the winner of Phoenix and Dallas. Milwaukee and Miami will face the winner between Milwaukee and the Celtics. And for me personally, I believe now that we're out of it, I see the champion coming out of the East. And I'm just being honest. Because although the Warriors beat us, they look terrible. They look terrible doing so. I don't even know if they're going to make it past Phoenix or Dallas. Now, I believe they'll beat Dallas, even though I love Dallas. I do. But I believe they'll probably edge out Dallas. I don't believe they'll beat Phoenix, though. I don't believe the Warriors will beat Phoenix. So let's just take either one of those teams, Phoenix, Dallas, or the Warriors. I truthfully don't believe that Phoenix, Dallas, or the Warriors will beat the Celtics or Miami in the 7-game series. I just believe the Celtics and Miami are playing defense at such a high level right now. I didn't include Giannis in company because I don't know. I just believe that the Celtics are going to win. In that series. So between Miami and the Celtics, I believe I'm taking either Miami and the Celtics over whoever comes out of the West at this point. So that's why I don't feel like because somebody mentioned to me that they thought the Warriors would win, my good friend Chang Long, and I'm going to talk about that on Dog King Power Hour too, but he said he thought that the Celtics would, that the Warriors would probably win now. And the reason I don't think they're going to win is because I think the winner is going to come out of the East. And so, to wrap up my sports talk, I looked at sports for the day, the only other thing you may want to watch is a boxing. One of the Charlo brothers. I've heard a lot about the Charlo brothers. Like I told you, I keep up with all sports, but I don't always see everything. I've heard that these Charlo brothers are amazing, but I've never seen either one of them fight. One of them name is Jamel Charlo. He only has one loss, and from what I heard, that was a fake loss. It was controversial. But he fights a guy named Brian Castano. I don't know much about him. And to be honest, I probably won't even look at this fight. But it's the only other piece of sports that's happening. So with all that said, I'm gonna check in with the comments, and man, I'm gonna get into some real. We're gonna get into some fun here in a little while. Whoever's still around, we're gonna get into a little bit of fun as far as just a few of the things I'm gonna show you guys. Oh my God. Sorry for sipping that into the microphone. And I'm trying to catch up, guys. Okay, I think I've caught up fine. Yeah, because Brandon Anderson said Anna the Thanner. Oh, that's funny, man. Lord Nemesis says big buff dude threatened Jay. Yeah, man. He didn't. Yeah, he sideways threatened me. He did sideways. Like, hey. Oh, what did he say? He said something about. He asked me where I was from. I think I told him Memphis, and he was like, hey, hey, you gotta watch out because it's people from wherever ward or whatever he was from. Hey, they might not be like me or something, he said. Lord Nemesis says, true, there was a bigger threat of her getting sideswiped than some criminals pulling up on her. That's what I'm saying. Lord, you see what I'm trying to say, Lord Nemesis? I'm not saying that nowhere in hell could it be a situation where somebody would pull up on her and attack her. But in that situation she was in, I was worried about her being sideswiped. That's what I was worried about. Oh, Brandon Anderson said, the man that's coming still run through your head still. I was talking to a woman who said about her butt and how shiny it was and made me laugh about man that's coming. Oh, yeah. That's one of them comments that it's never going to like, it's never going to, like, I'm not going to be able to forget it. I mean, honestly, it's just the truth. The truth is, it's going to have to play a factor in the judging. I'm just going to be honest. I just tell you that because it's just a part of her personality. So it's something I can't erase, but that's not anything that's going to make her be supreme over anybody either. Because like I say, with all due respect to Mandy, she's not an ugly woman. She's not quite my type from what I've seen. So it's not that I don't like her. I wouldn't kick her out of bed. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, it ain't like that because she said that now my mind is blown and she's going to win automatically or anything. No, that's not going to happen. And I don't mean that in any, like I say, once again, negative way towards her. She's an attractive girl. I don't mean to say that she's not attractive. Johnny K says, I knew that Thanos would be fine. She is the champ after all. Yeah. You know that championship vagina wasn't going to be in no trouble, man. That girl make me laugh, though. Like I said, I only started getting slightly worried when I couldn't see her face anymore. I'm like, uh-oh. Brandon Anderson said, yeah, I had some shootings up in my area, but I live near a gun range. Okay. So I must have already passed those other comments. Brandon Anderson said, yeah, simping on women is just wow. I remember when I was dating seriously, I ended up spending some money. He's on the high end and got nothing from them in the end. but got out of their cycle. You know, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I told you guys, I'm not even with the Matrix lingo. You know, I understand this lingo's out here, the simping and all this other stuff, but a lot of this stuff is just taken out of context to a certain degree, because taking a woman on a nice date ain't simping. You know, let's just say you meet a fine, a nice looking woman. It ain't nothing wrong with wanting to go out to a nice restaurant and eating with them. So if people saying that they're simping, that's totally wrong. Now, getting misused is when you notice that this woman ain't giving you the right vibes, but then you keep going out with her. Let's just say you ain't even sniffed the vagina, and she started asking you to get her hair done, and you start doing it. Now you're simping. You're tricking, or whatever you want to call it. But if you meet a girl and you decide to go to a nice restaurant with her, and it's going to cost you a little money because you're paying, that ain't simping. That's taking a woman on a date. Many a time I've done that. Guess what? It's led to some great things sometimes. But the truth is, sometimes it just ain't a connection. I did talk about one of the last times I went on a date with this girl. We went to Red Lobster. Not that that's the finest restaurant you can go to, but it's a good restaurant. It's decent. We went there, and I ended up, I told the bill was about $100 and some. I mean, for both of us. Which you go to a super nice steakhouse, you're going to pay a lot more than that to a certain degree in some cases. But keep in mind, hey, she didn't want nothing out of me but a dinner that night. I recognized it that night. We didn't go anywhere else after that. Now, I didn't regret trying to take a woman out and show her a good time. But I would have been a damn fool had I noticed that, guess what, this ain't really going nowhere, and I kept taking her out. But things like that, just even going on dates sometimes, and they don't work out, those are things that make you be like, I'd rather do exactly what I'm doing. Look, every penny I spent on her was worth it. But I don't like to play into that mentality too much, only because I don't like people that, like I told you, ain't never came in contact with real vagina. You can't afford to have that mentality that I got, in my opinion, where I'm like, okay, good. Hey, I'm good with my companion dogs now. Well, yeah, I'm gonna be just like you. Well, no, you can't be just like me if you ain't never got the vagina. Because see, that's why I'm cool. Because if I had never had human vagina, believe me, I'd still be trying to get it until I got it. Now, once I got it and found out what I know now, then guess what? It's good. But you know what? I'm straight. I'm glad I had the experiences. I'm glad I know the smell. I'm glad I know how to, if a woman coming here now, I know how to please, baby. I know exactly how to move. I know exactly what to touch. I know all the lessons. I ain't got to learn that. But, hey, daddy can take care of himself and be with his gals. And, I can patiently wait now. I can patiently wait. But like I told you, going on a good date, that ain't simping. Going on several dates in a row knowing you ain't getting nothing, and you already got the signal that you ain't getting nothing, then now you're messing up. Heavy Metal Marty says, good to catch another live stream. Heavy Metal! Hey, I'm gonna put Heavy up there, man. I'm putting Heavy up there because he gave I talked about you earlier, man, and said how you gave a great contribution to the show yesterday via Cash App, and I appreciate you, brother. You was, like I say, I ended. I kept your message up there for a while, but I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that gives and donates. But like I say, I wish I could have kept your message up just a little longer, but the stream ended. So I said, let me put you up here now. Carol said, sometimes I hear gunshots on the 4th of July around the corner, and sometimes it's hard to tell if it's gunshots or firecrackers. I've said this on my streams before. 2 seasons I hate. I don't like 4th of July, and I do not like New Year's Eve and living in the neighborhood. It's just like you say. I don't know whether it's gunshots or fireworks. So you know how I saw that problem? I don't go no damn where. On the 4th of July, if you want a 4th of July show, you can chill with me because I'll be doing one. On New Year's Eve, you want a New Year's Eve show? If you ain't got no woman, or you know what I'm saying, or you with your dog, ladies, and you want to chill, check in with me. I check in with you. Because them 2 nights, I ain't doing a damn thing. I guarantee you that. Too much crap be going on, man. Too much crap be going on those nights. Especially in the hood. You know, every morning I wake up after 4th of July, New Year's, it's somebody dead because people know these fireworks are going off. Like Carol Rush says, you can't tell whether it's a gun or a firecracker. And you know who else knows that? The people that might want to shoot somebody. And let me tell you something. Our police ain't reacting to a damn thing on New Year's Eve and the 4th of July. Hey, police, I hear some shots. It's just some fireworks. I mean, look, they ain't coming when it ain't the 4th of July. Either way, Carol says, no, let me see. Brandon Anderson said, good to be seen heading into work within half an hour, but listening in the break room. Yeah, great to have you, Brandon. I hope you ain't went. He probably already gone now, though. Brandon said, Carol, yeah, I remember last year, first time I moved into my new place, and it was just bam, bam, bam all night. Boy, it's so frustrating because I be like, what is these fools doing? They ain't got nothing better to do than just shoot. What are they doing? It's just ridiculous. Heavy Metal says, I live just north of Detroit. Sometimes I believe that I hear gunshots followed by fireworks as a way of disguising what has actually happened. Man, you never know what these fools doing. Blink in the house. What up, Blink? Like I said, I mentioned you earlier. Thank you for your Cash App and your contribution to the show, Blink. I appreciate everything you do. Once again, if you are looking for that, that's on my About page on YouTube. But thank you, Blink. Glad you're here, brother. Brandon Anderson says, I'm used to it. I live next to an active train track for 5 years. Well, you like me, Brandon. I'm immune to sound, bro. It's like, man, I've been in rooms with screaming kids and stuff be around, and people be like, man, you don't hear these kids screaming? I'm like, it really ain't bothering me, bro. You know, you get immune to it. You really get immune to it. It's called I forgot. It's called some type of reticulating system or something like that, where you get used to hearing the same sound, and it doesn't bother you anymore. Brandon says, I catch up with this stream later. Take care, guys. Love y'all, man. See you, Brandon. And Carol says, bye. Thank you, Carol, for telling them bye. Lord Nemesis says he needs to work on growing thicker skin. Most definitely. Talking about job, man. He definitely got to get some damn thicker skin. And like I say, guys, once again, if you just tuning in, look, like I told you, Saturdays is my day where if you got any dog questions or whatever, I'm glad to answer them. But this is just our day where we having fun talking about the stuff we love to just do on a daily basis. And we're going to get to the mind of a mantis in just a second. Blue CCG. He says, hey, J-Hep, good to see you. Most definitely. Good to see you, Blue CCG. Another great contributor to the show. Carol says, dude got 2 shoulders. He keep going one way. That's funny. Carol, you should see this guy. This dude keeps going to his left hand. Hey, man. Carol, I'm going to tell you. It's a guy named Akeem Olajuwon, right? When he posts up, he would do this. You know, a little shimmy shake, right? When I played the game, I did it too. You throw a guy a shimmy. Let's say I want to go this way. You throw him a shimmy, right? And then you go this way. You throw a shimmy, then you go this way. Guess what? Sometimes you want to go that way. You throw a shimmy like you're going to go that way, and then you go this way. Man, once you get to changing that up every so often, Carol, your defender's not going to know what the hell you're doing. Man, it's going to be times you're going to fake him out so much. But this guy never shimmies, Carol. He just bags you in. No. Then guess what, Carol? He goes to this one arm. Up, up, up. He don't fool anybody. His defender be right in his face. And I'm gonna tell you, Carol, the guy's so tall, he does have talent. So sometimes the shot still goes in. But more often than not, he's clanking that crap off the rim or just looking goofy as hell when he can make it so much easier. But Carl, what it's called is basketball IQ. And I'm going to tell you something. It's just some basketball IQ you can't teach. Some of it has to be innate. Some of it you just got to have some of it in you, man. Jesus Christ. And his daddy played in the league. Blue CCG says, I play games on a PC or just Xbox? No, I don't play PC games. I've never liked PC because I don't know how they are now, but I know most of my friends that play PC gaming, they play off the keyboard. And I'm like, man, I could never be a keyboard gamer. I'm sorry. I know PC looks better. And in some cases, the games are more in depth. Man, I'm not hitting no damn keyboard. Now, I know it's some type of way you can upgrade and get the whole controller, but I know most PC gamers be like, they don't want the controller. So here's the deal. Even when I started streaming with my games, because I'm going to start a streaming, I might just have to do a whole nother channel for streaming. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Because I know even Thana, she has her channel where she just does the games on. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. But I do know that once I get my game and stuff back up and running on down the road, I definitely want to play some games. And I can't wait to play some Star Wars games. Now, you're going to see me playing old games and everything, not just new games. So right now, I can't sink any money into trying to get a gaming system because my Xbox doesn't work right now. And honestly, if it did, I probably still wouldn't be on Twitch because it's the old Xbox 360. It's not even the upgraded one right now. It's the Xbox One, I mean, not 360, but it's the Xbox One, the one before the new one that just came out. John Yo in the house. He said, I've been so busy. What up? He said, hey, J-Dog. He said, I miss your vids. Hey, catch up then, John Yo. Hey, look, now that you got time, baby. Hey, catch up, baby. John Yo in the house. Blue CCG says he's doing really good. That's good to hear. John Yo said he's doing pretty good. Mike Hawk, the Hawk in the house. What up, man? How good to see you, brother. He says, my king. What up, Hawk? John Yo says, hot day where I'm from. He said it wrong. He said this. He said Ozuna considered Dylan Brooks fouls a flagrant. I guess he's talking about Arsenal. Well, this ain't Arsenal. This is Callie. Arsenal is she's gone away right now. Now Dylan Brooks foul that he did against Gary Payton Jr. earlier, that was a flagrant. The foul that he did last night was a flagrant. I forgot about that foul. That was one of the dumbest damn fouls I have ever seen. What are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, last night, Dylan Brooks just pushed Steph Curry down right in front of the referee. I mean, literally, right in front of the referee. And had the balls to ask him, what happened? What happened? You just pushed the man down. Look, I'm on your side and I can't even defend you, bro. What are you talking about? What happened? You just pushed the dude. I'm like, oh my God. That's what I love about sports though, because like I say, man, last night I was like, man, it had me going back and forth, just laughing about all types of stuff, and pissed and sad and all types of stuff. Blue CCG says, I don't think anyone is saying that going on an expensive date is simping. No, but she only get 1 or 2 days like that. Right. Hell. And if there's no vagina, it's done. I'm going to be honest. Like I say, I'm not going on multiple dates of that. And a woman would have to understand, because I would even tell her, like, because women, man, I'm just frank with a lot of the stuff I've done. I ain't never really did a lot of hiding things from women. My game has always just been telling the damn truth. So I would even be telling the woman, I've even told him in some case, and I don't care if we don't talk after that. If we don't talk after that, guess what? We wasn't just meant to talk. And that's the attitude that you sort of got to have when you're talking to women. You can't be, oh, I got to keep going out because she think that I'm gonna keep going out. Nah, man, if you done, just say you done and tell her why. But like, if a woman was to come back to me, let's just say the next week, can we go to this other place that's $150 a plate? I'd be like, hey, no, we can't go here because look, I don't even know how our vibe is. Look, last time it ain't that we didn't have sex, but guess what? We ain't even hugged or nothing. We ain't hugged or did nothing. Look, I ain't did nothing but talk on your phone once or twice. I say, look, let's take this a step down. We can go out somewhere, but we ain't finna go to get that spot. And as soon as she give you a problem about going to somewhere that's not as expensive, you already know what you got on your hands. Me, though, it's only been a rare occasion where I really did go out on a date with a woman first. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of the times, I've been able to talk to a woman and get her to either come over my house or me to come over her. And women, they try to frown upon that, but they can kiss my arse. I love you, women. Like I say, I got human women in here, but I've always played the card of, I don't necessarily want to go out. You say you don't. A lot of women say, I don't want, the house is boring. But I always tell a woman, let's see how we vibing before we start doing all this damn dating. I ain't talking about even sex or nothing. Let's see how we vibe. Let me come see you for a second. Guess what? You ain't comfortable with me coming to see you? Come see me for a second. We ain't got to be in the bedroom or nothing. Just come over here for a second. Here, we can sit out on the porch or whatever. But I'd rather do that on first dates. And a lot of times when women are allergic to that doesn't mean they're bad. Some women just do like dating more than doing something like that. But I just say, when you don't want to do that, then guess what? You're not the woman for me. It's not that you're bad. So us as guys, if you're still in the dating game, it's not even that the women are all bad. It's about, what are you accepting? It ain't that she's bad because she wants you to go on a date. But guess what? If you don't want to go on dates, but you keep going to do it, it ain't that she's bad. That's what you accepting. You got to be like, nah, I'm not the date type. I can't tell you how many times I've said that. And then I've had some women be like, oh, that's cool. Well, I come see you. And I've had some women be like, I don't like that. Hey, I don't believe in coming to see me before we go on dates. I said, really? She's like, yeah, okay, well, hey, good. Nice knowing you. Good luck to you. Because guess what? I ain't going on no date with you first. I'm serious, man. And in a lot of cases, women really just respect the honesty. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. Redmond says, I've been in school getting my CD. Oh, that's so cool. How is it going, Jay? I was going good, Redmond. Man, let me see something, though. It was something I think I was supposed to check. Now that I see your name. Because I thought I saw a sign in here. I already looked at yours, Redmond. If I see Sane come in again, I check his out. I was talking about, I remember when you and Sane told me what WM doll heads y'all was gonna get, and I ended up writing them down. And because I know, Redmond, you said you had a WM74. I think I saw that. I'm just gonna look that up right quick. I just want to see what his doll head look like. And guys, if you just tune in, it reminded me of yesterday. Yesterday, it was almost 2 hours before I really just started. Because what did I talk about? It seemed like it was about 2 hours before I started talking about something that I really wanted to talk about. And today, we still ain't got into what the title of the show is, which is Mind of a Mantis. But let me look for your WM head, and then I just want to see what it is, Rem. And if you're in here, I want you to, if you're still in here, give me a shout out right quick. I'm going to see what your head look like. Hold on. There you go. Hold on. Okay. Oh, I like that head, Redmond. You got a good head. I like that. Yeah, you got a good head. Now let me check out I'm gonna check out Saint right quick. And once again, I ain't showing you guys because you know they'll try to flag me. Okay, this here's okay. It ain't bad. It ain't bad at all. I think just as far as taste, I probably and I ain't trying to pitch y'all against each other, but I think I would probably prefer Redmond's head. But both of them look nice though. Both of them look nice. Okay, let me catch up again. Let's see. He said, Mike Hawk says, will you be doing a 24-hour stream to celebrate 4th of July? I don't know, man. You know what? I said I'm gonna do a 24-hour stream, but I don't know when it's gonna be. You know what? I said I might do a it's crazy. I said I might do a 24-hour stream for the NBA championship. That's what I said I might do a 24-hour stream leading into that. But the 4th of July might be a good idea as well. Redmond says, any new dolls you've been looking at, Jay? Me personally, I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't personally had the doll fever to where I'm just looking for dolls right now. I'm going to be honest with you. Like I said in my last stream, I say by the end of this year, I want to add 2 more girls to the family. And man, I'm definitely hoping one can get here. You know, it's at some point soon. I'm hoping I can get one, but the other one I'm looking forward to getting is going to be a collaboration, and I'm hoping that will happen later on, and I'll let you guys know about that. But me personally, outside of basically what I've been praying for, as far as a new doll to come, and looking forward to that getting here, I haven't really been looking at anything else at the moment, you know, other than my research. Because next week I have another show that I'm going to do about another doll company, a doll manufacturer, you know. So, but other than that, you know, I'm always seeing dolls I like. I'm going to be honest with you. A good friend of the show, Austin Steele, he was the first person to tell me about, he sent me an email to dollkinghelfner@yahoo.com. So if you got any questions or you want to tell me something private, you can always send me an email there. But Austin Steele, he was the first person to tell me something about game lady dolls. And I'm going to talk about them later. Right now, they only have that one doll and 2 heads, one body and 2 heads. They made a Tifa doll based off of Final Fantasy. I don't know a lot about Final Fantasy, but I do know that doll is amazing. It looks just like that character too, just like it. But I will say this: I'm definitely going to keep my eye on that company going forward because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to resist if they come out with a Nami doll. If they come out with a Nami, man, Man, I don't know what I'm gonna have to do, but I might have to try to get that Nami doll. I'm gonna be honest, because they don't make a fake version. They make the exact doll. So, man, I'm definitely looking. That's what I've been thinking about, honestly. Redmond says you can hook up an Xbox controller to the PC. Okay. Redmond says it's 95 in Florida. Man, I can't lie. That's what I hate about Florida, bro. Florida is too damn humid because because Memphis is too humid. That's what I hate. I don't like about Memphis. It can get so humid here, you don't even want to step outside. And I remember when I went to Florida, I used to think it would be something like California because California always feels great. I don't care. It could be 99 degrees in California. And for me, it used to feel like 75 degrees because it's always a breeze. It's the air ain't never thick in California. Man, in Florida, you'll be on the beach. It'll be like you in a damn sauna. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm not a big Florida guy. It looked great, but it don't feel great. Oh, John, you'll say sorry about the Grizzlies once again. Hey, look, I appreciate you, John, but I'm not even. I'm more upset about, like I said, how we play as opposed to the results. Yeah, I didn't want to lose to the Warriors, but damn, we didn't have to lose in the way that we lost. We're just playing, we're basically beating them every game and then just doing dumb things. We basically put the Timberwolves on ourselves. We played just like the Timberwolves did against us. Oh, sweet. Redmond says, my new doll is head body is Iron Tech head Sarah. Sweet. Sang said where he is in Florida, it's 84 degrees. He said he guessed this at this time of the year, yeah, that is, it ain't as bad as 95 though. He said he says actually 88 now. I'm finna try to find your girl right quick and look at her, and then I'm finna get to the meat of the show, y'all. Sarah. I'm finna see if I can find her. I don't know if this her, man. Is she an Indian? Is she an Indian, Redmond? Because they say she got a. This girl looks sort of got like she got an Indian looking face. Yep, they said Sarah Antic Indian companion dog. Yep, that's what it said. It said Sarah Antic Indian companion dog. She got on a little robe set from the picture I see. It's the white one. What you talking about, Redmond? Oh, the white one. Oh, I don't see no white one named Sarah. But matter of fact, let me go on the website. I'm just gonna check on the website right quick. There you go. Because I wasn't on their website. I just did a Google search. Let me check now. I wish I could show y'all, but I can't. Y'all can do a search on y'all. I don't know, and see if y'all see what Sarah from Iron Tech look like. And then I'm gonna get into the meat. Is she TPE? Yeah, but see, it put up an Indian girl for me though, man. I'm gonna see now though. It's going slow, man. What's up, Iron Tech? There you go. Okay. You said 169 centimeters. Let's see. Every Sarah they showing me is looking with that looking Indian looking, bro. Oh yeah, she look. Unless I'm wrong, because if you go on irontech.com, irontech.com, it's a 159 centimeter Sarah. She got like a little orange top on, but she got the same face in all the pictures though. She cute though. I like her. I like her. I'm gonna assume that's her though. But either way, guys, this is what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna take a break and we're gonna start the real show. We're gonna talk about Mind of a Mantis. I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back. Here we go. Now, Mind of a Mantis, baby. We're finna get into the show now, y'all. Mind of a Mantis. Hold on, let me find it. Mind of a Mantis. Mind of a Mantis. Let's do it. Here we go, guys. Hold on. Hold on, let me see. We're gonna do this. Hold on, guys. All right. I gotta make sure I'm on the right screen. Okay. Okay, this is trying to show y'all. You gotta switch the screen up a little bit to do it. Mind of a Mantis. Come on, man. Switch the screen. There we go. Okay, perfect. Still, I don't know if y'all can even see what's page. It's still trying to load. Let me go over here and look. Yeah, I don't think y'all can see it. Check the comments. I'm gonna check the comments. Wait. I tell you what, I'm gonna stop there, guys. It's that particular page messing up, so I ain't gonna even worry about it. So let me come back. Whoa, I got kicked out, guys. I hate that. Yeah, that's the one I saw, Redmond. I hope y'all still here. Redmond says, hold on, man. Oh, okay. Redmond says the one with the orange bra and the sun hat. Okay, either way. I hope all y'all back, man, because my thing just timed out on me. I was just trying to make me go back to the solo layout. That's all I was doing. But either way. Somebody give me a shout right quick to make sure y'all in here. And then when y'all let me know that y'all everything good, I'm gonna go ahead. Okay. Good. You here. So I saw them CST dolls, but I'm gonna talk about I'll get to that in a second. But either way. So the name of this show is Johnny K. The name of this show is Mind of a Mantis. And here's the deal. Thank you, El Hazara. Thank you. Mind of a Mantis. I don't know if you guys saw my last stream Saturday. But I was talking about, I always talk about it, how these scientists and things of that nature try to tell us that they know all these answers. And I say, I appreciate people for doing research. I appreciate us for having telescopes, looking out in space. I appreciate people in the past that have dissected even humans and animals to learn how to do surgeries or try to learn as much as they can. I'm not mad at people for trying. So I don't want to spit on people's research or efforts and say, oh, I don't give a damn about what you said. That ain't what I'm saying. I only sort of don't like when they start trying to speak in absolutes, like they know everything, or when they say they try to speak it as just straight up truth. And this applies to a lot of things. I told you, I don't like how they try to act like they know all the keys and answers to space. You don't know a damn thing. And I proved it with my stream last Saturday. I think that was last Saturday when I was showing everybody how basically they admitted to not knowing a damn thing. You know, I showed them this right here, and I hope it works this time. I actually hope it works. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna see if it work again, y'all. Forgive me for trying, but I'm gonna see if it work again. It's supposed to work. It looks like it's working a little quicker now. And I think the problem is I should have reset my computer before I started, but I didn't. Okay, it ought to work this time. Everything moving faster. Last time when I was telling everybody, I said, man, we don't know a damn thing about the universe or whatever, right? We don't know what's out there. I say, true, we got pictures and things of that nature. I ain't saying we don't know anything, but we in reality, we really don't know much. And when I was talking about that, I shared this with everybody. I said, I shared this. What actually is a singularity? This is something I had on my Instagram that I found. I said, what actually is a singularity? I mean, this is what they said. A singularity is a place where gravity is so intense that space-time itself breaks down catastrophically. It's like a single point with no dimensions. Singularity is infinitely small point with infinite gravity and infinite density. Singularity is predicted in Einstein's theory of general relativity. But here's the thing. Infinities never exist in the real world. In the real universe, no black holes contain singularities. In general, singularities are the non-physical mathematical result of a flawed physical theory. When scientists talk about black hole singularities, they are talking about the errors that appear in our current theories and not about objects that actually exist. So singularities are just a way to describe that we need a better theory to explain black holes. It means we actually don't know what's inside a black hole. It could be a wormhole, or there could be a whole universe inside a black hole. Who knows? I want you to pay attention to, after everything I've told you, just pay attention to the last two words. Who knows? And that was it. So that's what I showed them last time. I showed everybody that particular piece when I was like, you know what, we really don't know much. You know, it's cool to guess and try to wonder about things, but we don't know. We don't definitely know. And so I made that point. And I also showed another video. I might show that again too, but I showed another video about how big just the universe is. You know, I think it's like 500 million, or I know it's at least 100 million light years just to get outside of our galaxy, according to them. And that's just our galaxy. You know, it's supposed to be billions of galaxies in the universe, you know, and it's billions of planets in our galaxy. So that's what we're dealing with here. So I was like, man, you know what? With something that big, we don't know anything. We can't even get to we can halfway get to Mars or the moon. So it's a lot we don't know. And they try to use the same rationale when it comes to the sea and things of that nature. They try to tell us what's down there, but we can't even get down there. We can't even get down there to the depths of the ocean. So it's just so funny how we move. They're trying to tell me how things happen a gajillion miles away from Earth when we haven't figured out how things happen on Earth. We haven't even figured out how things happen on Earth. We don't know what's happening in our own ocean. Can we build look, instead of making a $1 billion spaceship to get to Mars, can somebody make $1 billion ship to get to the bottom of the damn deepest part of the ocean and see what the hell's down there? Once again, I'm going down this line to tell you how they try to act like certain knowledge is absolute. They don't know yet. They don't know yet. And then we get all the way to, you know, just insects. Let's just say insects, for instance. They just always make me laugh once again when they say, oh, insects can't think. Their brain's too little. They can't think. They just work off instinct. They just work off electrical impulses. They don't know what they're doing. They're just going about without thinking. What? You don't know that. What are you talking about? No, because the human brain is this big and their brain is that big. Hey, their brain is big enough for their body. But I'm going to tell you why they can't think. You know why? Why? Because I can go in here right now and make some eggs and bacon. They can't make eggs and bacon. What? So since they can't do something on a human scale, they can't think? You don't know that ant right there ain't thinking about nothing. You don't know what the hell they're thinking about. And that's the thing that makes me laugh about how science thinks. You know, and I'm gonna get into the space part a little. I got something else for you guys later, but a statement I read before I came into this show. It was some scientists talking about, once again, planets far away from Earth and stuff. And they was like, yeah, you see, it's a lot of planets out here, but life can only probably be right here, or life can only probably be in that one spot right there, because that's the Goldilocks zone. And you know what the Goldilocks zone is? The Goldilocks zone is the only place that life can exist, because those conditions are similar to conditions like here on Earth to a certain degree. So that's the only place life can be. What? How did a theory like that even get accepted? It's so unnecessarily arrogant. Well, if life exists here under these conditions, that means that life can only exist anywhere in the universe under these same conditions. Don't you understand? No, I don't understand. Life can exist somewhere else with different conditions, my friend. You think that an organism has to breathe oxygen? You think that an organism has to eat the same food source we eat? You think an organism needs the exact same type of light we need or atmosphere? No. It's your limited thinking that thinks that, because under your limited thinking, nothing can exist unless it exists in the same environment that we live in now. But Jay, how can it breathe without oxygen? Huh? It's a different species. God can make a different species to breathe something different than you do. But we only looking for that's why we can't find nothing. The Goldilocks zone. And then, like I said, so if it's not a Goldilocks zone, there's no sense in even looking. Well, you know what? Here's the problem. Why don't we just stop looking for right now anyway? How about you focus all those resources on maximizing everything you can about Earth? How's about that? Let's maximize resources, lessen waste, clean up the environment. Let's try to figure out something to put in place to do that. Let's explore our own work. I ain't saying I don't like exploration, but if you want some answers, let's clean up what we got, not what's a billion miles away. But even with that said, y'all ain't even doing that right, because it's coming from a place of arrogance. You can't exist unless you're just like me. So let's get back to the mind of a mantis. Even as a kid, it always frustrated me when they used to be like, hey, insects, they go off of instinct. They can't think. What? Go outside, find an insect, and put your finger in front of it. When it notices your finger there, it's going to go around it. Just like you would. You know, I done seen many insects walking somewhere and they just stop. They just stop. You see their antennas going and stuff. Man, they thinking, man, what am I finna do now? Where am I going to next? Insects, they just have sex just to mate. They don't have sex to make love like us. How do you know? You haven't stuck your insect penis inside of an insect vagina. You don't know what the hell sensations is going on. It's just frustrating to hear these absurd theories. And here's the deal. It's a reason why I named this show Praying Mind of a Mantis. Man. Okay, let me explain this. To get deeper on an even on another type of spiritual level, it's another method. It's another method that can be used, not aside from God or anything, but it's something else to enhance your spiritual journey. That is basically learning how to respect and get along with all nature, the animals, the plants, things of that nature, treating them good, sending them good vibes, communicating with them in a certain way. I'm going to explain what I mean. True enough, if a roach gets in my house, I'm going to have to kill it, because I don't want them to fester or anything like that. I don't want to see more than one of those running around here. But by the same token, if I see a beetle or a fly, or not a fly, but a beetle or ant or something else that I can probably catch, I might try to go ahead and get it out the house. The point I'm trying to make is I'm not trying to just kill things to kill them. It's a few insects or a few rodents that we consider problematic, but they do play a role in the world. But guess what? I don't go outside looking for roaches. I don't go outside looking for rats to try to kill them. And the whole point I'm getting to is, man, when you respect all life, all insects, all plants, all animals, and then you send those good vibes out to them, I'm going to tell you, they'll respond to you in a crazier way than you can imagine. A crazier way than you can imagine. They are more aware than we've ever given them credit for. So I'll say this. I used to always see these Japanese and Asian guys holding praying mantises in their hands. And I used to be like, man, that's cool. And I used to be like, man, how come I don't ever see a praying mantis? I've never just seen a praying. That's what I used to say when I was younger. I was like, man, I don't never see a praying mantis. Where do they find these damn things at? And I was like, more so, how the hell did he, hold one in his hand like that? Because them things, they look scary. They look scary as hell. I'm gonna be honest. Now, I don't like stick. I ain't say I don't want to go kill a stick bug, but I'm not really stick bugs on my thing or anything like that. But it was something about the praying mantis that always just had me entranced. I guess it was the way that it would sit and be licking its arms and moving his head and stuff. Like when I would see him on National Geographic and things of that nature, I'd be like, man, that animal is amazing. And then you'd see it, and they talk about how the mantis would fend off birds and big animals and stuff as an insect, and you'd be like, damn, what's going on here, man? What the hell is going on here? So, man, it's crazy how God tends to give you what you ask for. But I used to be like, man, I want to see a praying mantis for real. Man, I promise you, it was like no sooner than I prayed that prayer, I went outside one day, outside of my house, and I be damned, I found a female praying mantis. I didn't know it was a female at the time, but that's what it was. I found a female praying mantis. I ended up letting her go at the time. But I was like, damn, it's amazing that I found one. I started working at this place that was next to these big woods. Man, and one day I came outside and I saw some big, man, like 7 or 8 inch bugs flying in the air. I said, damn. I said, no, I ain't never seen that before. What the hell is that? Because they were flying clumsily too. I'm like, what the hell is that? I'm talking about big. One of them landed next to me. Man, it was one of the most amazing things I had ever seen, man. It was a mantis it was about, man, 7, 8 inches long, man. It was amazing, majestic. And I was scared I was scared though because it was so big. Man, I had said to myself though, you know what? The next time I see one of these, I'm gonna have to catch one. So I caught one. One of the next nights I came out of that job, I got a cup. I had a cup ready and everything. I caught that big mantis. It was a big one. I brought it home. I showed my brother. He was tripping. I said, man, I don't want it to die. And so I ended up going out in the yard. We had just cut the yard. So I got about, man, honestly, it's crazy. I got about 30, 20 to 30 crickets and threw them in a cake tray. And threw them in a cake tray with a top on it. I punched some holes in it because I didn't have an aquarium or nothing. And I threw the mantis in there, and I was like, well, she'll eventually eat one of these son of a guns and keep living. Man, I went in the house and went to sleep that night. Me and my brother woke up and stuff, and I was like, man, Kev, I want to see if that mantis is still alive, you know, because I want if it's still alive, I want to go get a small aquarium so I can keep it. Man, I went out there to look in that cake tray. It was a bloodbath. It was dead crickets everywhere. I'm talking about beheaded. I'm talking about, man, it was like the worst horror show you've ever seen. I was like, oh my God. My mind was blown. I was like, damn. I was like, I hope that the mantis is alive. Oh man, it was alive. Keep that in mind. Make a long story short, I ended up, when that happened, I said, I got to get to aquarium. I went and got the aquarium. I set it up all nice, had me a little dirt in there. I had a little tree in there and stuff. And I decided to keep that mantis. And man, I was not prepared for what I was going to learn. Because see, at first I just wanted to keep it to see how I was going to kill some stuff, you know, because mantises are known for being predators. The reason I was able to catch that mantis is because they have no known natural enemies. Nothing hunts a mantis. You know, nothing just sets out to hunt a mantis. You know, it can get killed by accident or something. Like you say, a bird can swoop down and catch it every blue moon, I'm sure. But basically, it has no fear because nothing hunts it. It's like a lion. It does the hunting. So that's why they're easy to catch, is because even when you approach them, it's not like they're running away, even from a human. It's not like it. The mantis doesn't run away from you. It's like, what's up, bro? I mean, that's what's so funny about it. So I caught the mantis, put it in the aquarium. I wasn't prepared to learn all the things that I learned. But what I learned was basically sort of what I'm telling you. Especially since the mantis doesn't run, it's more like a human than you can ever imagine. So it's not running from you or anything like that, and it's just sitting there. Well, the amazing thing about a mantis that's different than some insects, it has a head that can literally do everything our head can do. It can swivel back and forth, look up, down, and all of this stuff. Then it has these two big eyes on its head, but it's multiple eyes in those eyes. But from our standpoint, it literally looks just like two big eyes. But with those eyes, they can see all type of things. They are amazing predators. Then they have these mandibles. Their jaws, they're like the predator, literally like the predator. Man, when they kill something, they eat it alive, right? All this is enough to scare you because you'll be like, damn, can it hurt me? And that's the funniest part. They don't sting or anything. What they do is eat their food. So they recognize they can't eat you. So they don't really try to bite you. That's the funniest part about a mantis. Because I've held one in my hand, just like the Japanese, and like, damn, you know, they just cool, right? So make a long story short, when I was having this mantis, I was having a chance to like evaluate it day after day. Man, one of the most amazing things was they are just like cats. They spend all day cleaning themselves, licking themselves, grooming themselves. I'm like, wait a minute. This insect is literally acting just like we do. Just like cats, you know, it's cleaning itself, making sure it's, you know, it is cleanest. I'm like, damn, this shit is crazy. You know, it would get to looking for a way out, every now and then, just like we would. I would feed it. Of course, it would eating things of that nature. But I'm going to tell you, sometimes I would just sit there and look at it, and you would see it look. I would see it looking at me. And it's almost like I could see the praying mantis thinking, just literally thinking, wondering. As I was looking at him, I'm like, man, you know what? And then when you start seeing his head move left and right, like, put it like this, I can be right here on this side of the tank, and then I can go to that side of the tank. His head will look at you while you're moving, like a pet, like an animal, like anything else. That's awareness. Awareness. Aware that I'm there. Aware that I'm moving. Aware of all of these things that we're aware of. But you can't think. It's so arrogant. You don't know what this insect is doing. But I know one thing, it was thinking. It was processing. Before long, that female was getting fat because I was feeding her. It got a little bit used to being in the cage, so it was getting fat, man. That's how I knew it was a female, because the males are a lot skinnier and a lot smaller. Man, let me tell you something. Before long, after about a month or so, she started like really going up to the top of the cage. And don't you know, I started noticing a couple of male mantises starting to fly around, because she was sending, her scent out into the air from the cage. It was crazy. So I was able to catch the male. Man, look here. I catch the male. I think she ate about one or two of them. She didn't find them suitable. That's true. She ate like the first two males that I put in there. But the third male, man, I put him in there. I said, "Damn, bro, I'm sorry. I gotta put you in here." I said, "But you're done. It's over. I don't think you making it." So I went to sleep. Came back the next day. Dog, they were stuck together making love. But here's the deal. I say making love for a reason. Man, I sat down and started looking. They were connected. He was on her back, right? Don't you know that both of their heads were sort of back like this? Both of their antennas were erect and going straight back. And both of them, I promise you, were like they were in a trance of ecstasy. You could just sort of see their antennas were sort of like wiggling on the back of their heads in some type of like rhythmic motion. Both of them, right? Man, they stayed connected damn near 2 days, it seemed like it. I am not bull crap. But when I was looking at it, I'd be damned. And put it like this. I'm going to tell you this. This is a true statement. I was looking at it one time, and I ended up having to leave because I said, damn, man, this shit is damn near like watching an insect porno. It almost feel indecent for me to keep watching it, because you can see some emotional things go. Put it like this. You could tell that they liked it. And I'm like, no, once again, a human type trait. Oh, no, they don't got a brain. They can't think like we do. They don't enjoy that. They're just doing that by instinct. Man, you done lost your mind. You don't know. Because what I was saying, I said, no, wait a minute. It was freaking me out, because I was like, wait a minute. I had all this stuff on tape way back in the day. Of course, it got destroyed. But I said, wait a minute, no. There's something more going on here. Now, as far as their natural way of doing things. Of course, after they made love, after a while, she ended up decapitating them and killing them, of course. But nevertheless, that's their natural course of life. But doing all of that, I was seeing trace of humanity. You know, it was also a lot of times where I just stuck my hand inside of the aquarium and was like rubbing her, you know, and things of that nature. And just like my cats, you know, or do their heads like that and allow you to rub them, that's what she would do, showing emotion and things of that nature. And I'm just like, man, they don't understand the mind in these insects. They don't know what they're thinking. You know, they're just attributing what they want to attribute. You know, I appreciate people for trying to dissect and look at the anatomy, but you can only tell so much from an anatomy. And you know what? What you can never quantify is a soul. You can't quantify a soul. You don't know the power of a soul. So when you start trying to say that something doesn't have a brain like the size of yours, so it can't possibly think, then you're very wrong. You don't understand what you're talking about. Just because insects don't have to make the exact same decisions and things that we have to make doesn't mean that they don't have a soul and they can't think. Because just from my standpoint, I just feel like all living beings have a soul. I truly do. I just believe in the case of animals, they are more protected by God from their choices in a certain way, because God gave us free choice, you know? And as far as the animals, I just believe that pretty much, there are some animals that end up with a bad spirit, but for the most part, all animals are pretty much under God, in my opinion, you know? And the only reason I got any small trepidation is I know that animals have been used badly by people. So you can definitely, just like you can raise a child bad, you can raise an animal bad and cause him to have a bad spirit. So I already do know that. Animals can have neglect and things of that nature and end up in a bad state of mind, in a bad spiritual state. But for the most part, I don't believe they come under the same type of judgment at the end as we do. Like they say, all dogs go to heaven. In a way, I do believe that all animals and things of that nature, insects, they are all basically representations of heavenly beings to a certain degree. So I do believe whatever soul that dwells within them goes to a heavenly type of a place at the end of the day. But I do definitely believe that they all have this spiritual soul, and I do believe they all have the capacity to think, just in a different way. It's sort of funny because people also, you know, it's some people that try to once again tell you that animals don't have souls or anything like that. But it's really the same rationale that people have used to try to say that people of different pigments didn't have souls or wasn't human back in the day. The same you don't look like me. You can't be human all the way. What? Yeah, man, I am human. I'm just a different skin complexion. No, you got to be my complexion. I don't care if you do got a penis and balls just like I do. You still can't be human. Okay, cool. I'm not human then, by that rationale. But we all know that's not true now, right? We all know that's not true. Same thing with animals. We try to basically say they can't have souls because they're not humans. No. Think about this. Like I've said before, you can whoop your dog, it'll cry. You can give it a treat, it'll be happy. You can make your dog happy, sad. You can keep on teasing it. You can get it angry. You know, for me, when you start going through the range of emotions, that's really how you can see someone's soul in them. Those feelings, that's not your flesh. That's your soul. When I'm happy, I don't feel that on my skin. I feel that in my soul. When I'm mad, if I was ever to get mad, you feel that in your gut, in your soul. That's your spirit. So when you getting this dog upset or you making it happy, you know what you're doing? It's a soul inside that dog. You know? I was telling my mom the other day, even in the case of my cats, I know everything that I'm telling you. I've thought about everything I've told you up to this point, but I'm still amazed because I was feeding them a snack or something one day, looking at my cat dead in its eyes. Well, when I started walking away, I looked back at my cat and it was looking at me, walking away. And I was just tripping because I was just like, man, we all live in our own worlds. Well, guess what? Our pets live in their own worlds. But in her world, she was aware of me when I wasn't paying attention. So the picture that I'm trying to paint to you is this. When I walk out of the room normally and I turn my back on my pet, okay, I'm not thinking about it as much anymore. I'm walking out of that room. Well, guess what? In her world, at least for that moment, she was paying attention to me when I wasn't paying attention to her. Aware of her surroundings, like, okay, Dad, he leaving out the room right now. That's exactly what we do. Somebody comes in our room and they leave out, we might look at them until they leave. Same thing she did. But for whatever reason, because they have fur and claws and can't speak English, they don't think, they working off instincts, and they can't have a soul. It's still just another level. It's still arrogance and just another level of discrimination. Since you don't look like me, you can't possibly have a soul. Oh, why you care about people killing animals? They ain't nothing but some damn animals with fur. They don't mean nothing. Each one of those animals got a soul in them. Well, you just ate a hamburger. What about that? Well, you know what? Here's the deal. I'll say this. Under different circumstances, I would never have eaten a hamburger probably because I'm not the hunting type. So God knew what he did by not having me back in the day where it was hunters and gatherers, because guess what? We about would have starved. I'm just not built out for killing animals and things of that nature. But you know what? I understand that some animals end up having to get killed for their life cycle to end. And you know what? Some of them we do end up eating for sustenance, to sustain us and things of that nature. Certain segments of animals and things of that nature. But you know what? I'm not running out trying to kill a cow or a chicken. I respect all life. And you know what? Even farmers are them. Well, some of them don't practice good practices, but good legitimate farmers, they don't want to just go out killing their animals willy-nilly just to be doing it and being mean. They do kill a certain percentage, because that's the business that they are in, to feed other people. They're basically taking the role of all hunter-gatherers. Instead of each home having a hunter-gatherer, they're doing it for the most of for the better part of us. But even when I do think of them, guess what? I still am not happy that they have to die for some of our nourishment. But guess what? I understand it happens. But I sort of look at it like this. It's just a cycle of life. We have our cycle of life where we end up dying. We all end up having to go. And so although I respect all the souls and lives on the earth, all the animals, even the ones that we end up having to eat, I do just see, hey, that was their cycle of life. They ended up dying, as a piece of food, unfortunately. But, all the while they're here, you want to at least respect them as having life. And me personally, like I say, I could never be that type of farmer where I farmed and killed animals. It's not in me to do it. I'm more like that Japanese guy that wants to be at peace with all insects and animals. I'm getting to a point that I was trying to get to earlier, or was going to get to earlier. Man, once you start recognizing everything is having a soul and a life and being able to think on its own, in its own lane, yeah, a mosquito might not be able to do algebra, but guess what? In its world, it can do plenty of stuff I can't do. But also, we're all connected by this soul that I speak of. So, man, I've always been close to, like I told you, looked at nature as trying to be close to it. But even after having this experience with this praying mantis, because what ended up happening was I released the praying mantis before wintertime, before they started dying. And the praying mantis actually had some eggs around my house. And don't you know, every year after that, I would catch a praying mantis, put it in that same aquarium. It would produce a male would get called. It happened for about 6 or 7 years. A male would get called, and the whole cycle would start all over again. It was amazing. But once I started learning so much about just the deeper complexities of insects, and like, you know what, I figured that I was right. These insects are thinking on a different level than they're given credit for. I started even communicating with them in a different way. And what I mean by that is I would speak to them in a certain way. I remember, man, I would come home every day, and it used to be what they call mosquito eaters. The bigger mosquitoes, they normally eat the smaller mosquitoes. And I would always have 5 or 6 of these jacklegs right at my door when I would try to come home from work. It might have been a time back in the day where I used to try to kill them or something just to get them out of there. But don't you know a crazy thing started happening? I started speaking to these insects, right? And I'd be damned. It seems like they listen. Man, I would come home every day. I'd be like, look, y'all, I don't want to kill you. Get the hell out of here. Go so I won't have to hurt you. Don't you know these damn things will fly away? You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. Like, I'll be talking to things that I might catch in the house, beetles or whatever, telling them, hey, hey, look, you my friend, I'm gonna let you go. You can just sort of see how they react. They almost can feel your kindness, Now, keep in mind, when I see a roach, I told you, though it's certain animals or certain insects that do represent filth for us, even though they have a purpose. Well, I'm sorry. Some things do just get under your skin, and you have to get rid of those. I'm sorry. But it's never from a state of, I want to kill you. It's coming from a state of, damn, I hate I got to kill something. But for this particular time, I have to. But whenever I do kill something, I always think it is like, you know what? We all have a time. It just so happened that this was his time. But I'm not out there trying to kill every insect I can find. So the whole story behind a mind of a mantis is not to get inside the mind of an actual praying mantis, but just to say, these people don't understand all the things they try to say they understand. They don't really understand space. I'm not saying don't try to get knowledge, but I'm telling you guys, they don't really know the answers. When they try to tell me that an insect don't got a soul or an insect can't think, they don't know that. You don't know that. Are you an ant? Are you going home to your ant wife making love? I know they got a queen, but what I'm saying is, until you're there doing it, you don't know what the hell they're thinking. Once again, you're trying to tell me what's happening in another galaxy. We don't even know what the hell's happening here on Earth. And that's basically what this whole stream is about is, guys, it's so much that's unknown. But they'll have you think that they know all the answers. And that's the wrong way to present a lot of this information. I'm cool with being presented with information. Just stop telling me that it's the end all to everything, that it's absolute knowledge, because it's not. I've had this theory for years about, hey, man, what are they talking about? it has to be a Goldilocks area in space where it has to be another Earth for something to live. I didn't never buy into that. It's probably been about 8 or 9 years, but I saw something flash across my TV, probably about 8 years now. Well, I saw something flash across my TV where scientists finally found an object or a piece of a meteorite from space, and it had an organism on it that was breathing nitrogen. And so, even with that, that's something else that pretty much proves my theory. It doesn't have to breathe oxygen like us. Hold on, I'm finna find it, y'all. See if I can find it. I think I'm finna find it. Hold on. I hope I ain't lost y'all. They found it on something. And of course, I can't find it on here, but it was some years ago. If I could find it, I'd be loving it. Okay, I think this may be it. Let me see. Mm-hmm. So you don't hear about sometimes when there's news coming out, you never hear about it again. It's so funny. I'm looking now. I want to make sure it's some. Let me see, guys. I'm still reading about it. Because I'm still not. This ain't the story that I want to read. But they are saying something about they found some life and some meteorites, some algae, or something to that degree. Yep, this is what I'm talking about. Let me see. Meteor to contain liquid water exposed to the sunlight. I said, how can I'm looking. What? I'll get out of here, man. I don't want to see that. Hold on, guys. I'm still trying to make sure I'm. Well, I'm not going to read all that here, but I say this. They supposedly found this is in 2015, I think, but he said it was a type of microbe that they found that it had a cyanobacteria that lived in water, in liquid water. And it says they are photosynthetic, meaning they convert carbon dioxide into organic compounds. Basically, they say it implies that meteorites would have had to contain liquid water exposed to sunlight. Basically, they said something that they would have had to be exposed to sunlight or something for them to be able to live. And down here again, these scientists just kill me. They said something about such a scenario is unlikely based on researchers' current understanding of meteorites. Of your current understanding of meteorites. That don't mean that it can't happen. It's just your current understanding doesn't know. That's what I say, man. These people just kill me sometimes with these just crazy assumptions, thinking that they know everything. You don't know everything, man. You don't know everything. A lot of these things are mystery out here. But I'm mad that a lot of these things start getting hidden after they make an appearance. But I'd be doggone, man. It was a story that came out a while back about some type of microorganism, and I think this may be it. Let me see. I don't know. I'm just gonna look at this one right quick, and then I'm gonna move on because I got something to show y'all guys. Because new approach to find extraterrestrial life. At least somebody talking. Okay. At least somebody, this is a story where somebody was talking about the same thing I'm saying. Saying, what if alien life uses somewhat different chemistry to ours? Right. They said something about we need to broaden our search from focusing on planets like our own to include those with hydrogen atmosphere. It don't matter what atmosphere it is, we need to be looking. Even though we probably don't even have the ability to see. That's another thing I was gonna say, man. Like we just so behind. We don't, we're using human technology to try to come up with these answers. Let me my comments, y'all. I got lost a little bit, my bad. But we're using human technology to try to come up with the answers of the universe. Man, we don't know what the hell we don't even know what the hell we're looking at half the time. Because even with just think about it, our microscopes, telescopes, things that they are showing us, like I say, it may be limited. It's from our limited thinking. So even though we see things out of our cameras and things of that nature, it may not be nowhere near the cameras that's needed to really see into space the right way, or to even hear certain sounds the right way. Mr. says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Ludacris made an appearance. I was wondering where Ludacris been. What up, Luda? Johnny K says, that's why praying mantis in New York, in Bryant Park in the city. Sometimes them praying mantises can get gigantic. Mike Hawk says, if insects started living inside one of your girls, what would you do? That would make me nervous as a dog owner. I mean, nah, hey, if your girl get infested, then you ain't got no choice. She got to go. You got to get rid of her, unfortunately. I don't never plan on that happening. I tend to leave my windows open, so I have a little bit of a big problem. Damn, really? And I find them everywhere. What type of bugs you getting, Mike Hawk? I wouldn't be leaving my window open if that was the case. I know you might be hot, though. Heavy Metal says, jumping spiders. Oh, my God. I ain't gonna lie, say it, man. That's another one of the insects I hate is a jumping spider. They are too damn random. You never know when the hell they're gonna jump, and man, they so ugly. I can't lie. That's the only thing I'm different from what you Heavy Metal. Oh no, I ain't talking about just a jumping spider. That ain't what I'm talking about. They are beautiful. You talk about the ones with the fur and stuff. I love those. But it's another really, really ugly spider that I hate. Man. And it's got these big, it's got these big legs and small legs, and they jump really high. Man, I hate those things. They're like a cross between a cricket and a spider. If you're talking about them, now I do step on those. I can't, they scare the shit out of me. There's no way I'm killing the damn mantis, though. Mantises are just majestic, man. It's like they're amazing. I do know somebody who killed one before, though. I'm like, man, what would you do that for? Mike Hawk says, Brooke, he said, I've heard the female mantis are called a woe mantis. uh, James Christ says, we have them up here in Michigan too. Very cool. I love praying mantises, man. They are amazing. Dolly Girl 20 says, I love praying mantises. Oh, yeah, they're amazing. She said, ever since I was 12, I love the mantis. Man, mantises are amazing. Mike House says, something that's also cool about praying mantis is I hear that they're the only insect that has accepted the Lord Jesus Christ into their hearts. That's why they pray. I heard that on the, that's funny. Nah, man, all insects are from God. They all got a job to do. Even my hated roaches. Oh my God, I hate them. Mister says, obvious trolling is obvious. Johnny K says, no one has all the answers except for God. Amen, Johnny K. Jane Cross says, when I lived in Denver, Colorado, I used to feed the roaches. I would find, he said, I would feed the roaches. I would find to my trigger fish. I don't even know what the hell a trigger fish is, James. What the hell is a damn trigger fish, man? Hold on. Let me see. Let me see what a trigger fish is. Trigger, 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 dang it, trigger, trigger fish. Only thing about it, I'm gonna still be looking at the NBA playoffs, but man, it ain't never the same when your team get eliminated. I promise you, man. Damn. What are you doing with a trigger fish, man? What are you doing with a damn trigger fish? Man, they like 3 to 10 damn pounds. Oh, you said pink tail. I'm about to say these damn pink, these trigger fish big as hell, the ones I'm looking at. Oh, okay. They still sort of big. So would you just drop them in the tank? Would you kill them and drop them in the tank or throw them in the tank alive? Huh, Giants? Let me know. And I'm finna take a break and I'm finna go and show y'all this other cool stuff. Hold on. I'm finna see what I'm gonna show y'all next. Okay. I'm gonna come up out of that. Cause it's still more to talk about, guys. Now we finna have some fun. I don't know if you still here, Carol. I know I've been, hey, I hope so though. Oh yeah, cool, cool, cool. All right, guys, we finna have some fun now. Me, y'all, and Callie. We finna have some fun. When I get right back, we got some special things I'm gonna show y'all and talk about. Okay, he said. James Krause says they are like pets. I've kept them throughout my life. Also, he fed them the roaches alive. But hey, it seemed like the roaches would just swim out of the tank though. That's what it seemed like, that they'll swim out of the tank. Because roaches can swim. But hold on, guys. Hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, guys, I'm back. Let me make sure I'm caught up on these comments. He said he used to feed Bugs his Jack Dempsey. Man, you and these damn fish, John. I don't even know what the hell a Jack Dempsey is, man. That's the thing. I live in the South and stuff, but I don't do all the fishing and all that mess. I don't. It's a fish too. It looks sweet. I like a Jack Dempsey. I don't know if you got the one I'm looking at though. Oh yeah, it's colorful. It's blue. It's got all these colors on it. I like the Jack Dempsey. I wonder how long it live. You know what I'm saying? Jack Dempsey. Damn. A Jack Dempsey can live 8 to 10 years. That shit's crazy, man. Oh man. Uh Heaven said I came back too quick. He was gonna holler Callie. You see Callie chilling, man. Look, she still got her game towel on for last night. Look, man. I can't lie, man. I'm just gonna be honest, man. Guys, I love this life so much. I love everything about it. I love being able to help you guys, talk to you guys, you know what I'm saying, help new people, do the research. And like I say, man, it's all really stemming from this girl right here. She was the beginning for me, even though she's my second dog. She was the first one that I saw, with my own eyes. Carol Rush still here. Carol Rush, hey, Carol Rush, hey, Carol Rush, hey, Carol Rush, hey, Carol Rush, hey. Okay, I'm finna get to something else now, y'all. Cross said my pink tail would see me coming and come to the top of the tank. Oh, sweet, and hand feed the roaches. I had no tank and hand feed. He said the roaches had no chain. The roaches had no chain. My bad. Man, I can't lie though, James. I can't touch no roaches. That's the thing, man. I don't know how you was doing. They gross me out so bad, man, to where look, man. Look, I can't even stand to have them nowhere near me, man. You know what I'm saying? Put like my mom would tell you, like, if one get in the house, I'm gonna step on it, but I'm gonna hate to step on it because I just hate them damn things. I promise you. So to feed one, you better than me. Carol said, praying man is cool. Johnny K said, I've had mine for about 5 years. I got them when they were tiny. Man, I can't lie. I ain't never been a big fish guy because I'm a cat guy and I don't want my cats going to try to kill my fish. But also, I tried to keep a couple of fish when I was younger and I never could keep them alive the right way. So I said, you know what? I don't even want to do that no more. I hated to see them fish floating in the tank or something. Carol Rush laughing. She laughing at Mike. Well, I probably a Maltese. But either way, y'all, now let me show y'all this other thing. I'm gonna show y'all something else now. I'm gonna switch this screen. Now it's acting right. Now it's moving fast. I should have reset this computer. That's all before I started. Now it's acting right. Okay, guys. I'm gonna show you a couple of things that I had on my Instagram. This is one thing I want to talk about because I want to show y'all something about a black hole that they recently found. Still, it's gonna be telling y'all how they don't know what the hell they're talking about, but this is something I saw that I thought was just pretty cool to share. Now, this is 3 holes simplified. A black hole sucks everything in. According to them, a white hole lets nothing in. And that's really the reason I'm showing you guys this. I don't remember seen a white hole before. I don't think I heard of a white hole myself. Uh, so I thought that was just cool to see. I was like, damn. So a white hole supposedly doesn't let anything in. That's cool. And of course, a wormhole. I think we all know what a wormhole is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a tunnel connecting 2 points in space time. That was just something cool to look at. I want to show y'all this from the other day. It's something me and Carol just kept looking at back and forth. We was tripping off of this the other day, me and Carol. She was commenting on it, and I was doing the same thing. I'm like, Carol, I can't. I'm looking at it just like you are. I'm gonna let y'all see this right quick. This is just something cool to just show y'all how small we really are. Crazy, man. Look where Earth is. 1 light hour, you'll be outside of Jupiter. 1 light day. 1 light year, 5.8 trillion miles away. 100 light years. 100,000 light years. So I just showed y'all that just to let y'all know. That was just our galaxy. That wasn't the universe or nothing. That was just our one galaxy. It takes you 100,000 light years in their estimation, because that, once again, this is them. I know we've sent satellites out there, tried to send satellites out and things of that nature, but according to them, 100,000 light years to get outside of our galaxy alone. It's billions of galaxies in this universe, supposedly. We can't get to none of these galaxies. We can't even get to the next planet, hardly. And I'm just trying to say, man, look at the enormity of the universe. And we're trying to tell the universe, oh man, can't nothing exist but life just like us. Have you lost your mind? Now, for those who didn't see, me and Carol tripped off this too. This is the sound of a black hole. Using our technology, because like I said, you don't really know it sounds like, because it's just using our technology.
Black hole.
But man, I know that every time I hear it, it just makes me think, what is happening? What is going on to make that sound? It's crazy, man. What's going on to make that sound? What the hell does that sound really sound like? Because like I said, we're recording that sound with Earth equipment. And just like with light, we don't always know what the color of something really is, because we're using our limited technology. Same with sound. We have limited technology. This is another one I thought was pretty cool. I thought you guys would like. Our sun is white in color. I thought that was pretty cool. I was trying to make it bigger, but I don't think I can. So our sun is white in color. That's what they say, right? It's a common misconception that the sun is yellow. The sun appears yellow because the light with short wavelength, like violet and blue, gets scattered by Earth's atmosphere. Since the lights of longer wavelength, like red, yellow, orange, doesn't get scattered, we see the sun and its surrounding as yellow. Scientists have processed this image to make it appear orange. The sun is white. That's showing you right here. It's basically just like another star in space, man. We think our sun is special, which it is. It's a celestial being that we, hey, it gives us sustenance, by heating the earth. But think of how many suns are really out there. Too many to count. The sun in different wavelengths. These are different colors you see in the different wavelengths, according to the scientists. So I was just showing you that just to let you know whether they're right or wrong, 100%. The whole thing about that is they're basically meant to you what I was saying. Hey, even if we can't see in the proper colors, how is our equipment always taking things in the proper colors if we made that equipment? So it's something always lacking. This supposedly got discovered this past Thursday, y'all. I mean, look at this. This 2019, they took a picture of a black hole at the center of our galaxy, and this is 2022. I'm thinking to myself like, hey, bro, it don't look much better. It don't look much better. Oh, no, hold on. I ain't ready for that one yet. Once again, it's supposed to be the black hole. I thought this was going to be a video. One of them is a video. But it's showing you that's where it is at the center of the galaxy. One of these is going to be the video. It's going to show it to you. I think it's this one right here. So I'm going to let you guys see the video on this one. Now, they say that's the first direct visual evidence. Hey, bro, you just took a picture in 2019. It didn't look too much different to me. So we waited. You said that's the first direct visual evidence. Hell, look. Well, we got one extra sphere that's not showing this one. Woo-wee. Amazing, brother. Man, you showed me what you had in 2019. Congratulations. But another thing I want to talk about is on that video, when they zoomed in, did you see all those stars and planets and things of that nature that they passed on the way to the center of the galaxy? Man. And y'all trying to sell me on the fact that we know enough to tell where they can determine where life is and they know all these answers. Man, we so minute. I mean, we so small compared to the universe. We don't know what the hell is really going out there. I've talked about this before about how people, imagine aliens might look, and This one talking about how most likely an alien could be. I only brought that picture up because I've talked about how, man, you don't know exactly what the hell an alien really gonna look like. It could look just like me and you for all they know. And some people have come to that conclusion as well. So, just a few things I want to share with you guys, man. You know, it was basically piggybacking off of my whole thing about a mind of a mantis, where I was saying, hey, man, it's funny how they try to say they got all these answers. But even with just those pictures I was showing you of space, when you see the immensity and how large space is, and all the things that are out there that we can't even hope to get to today, then you really start understanding that, man, there ain't nowhere in hell we know what's out here. And I didn't hear the video. I had it muted because I didn't want it to distort what you guys were hearing. But I know one thing. I don't know whether they said it in the video or whether I read it, but I know they were saying how they had to use every telescope from all around the world to get it to focus like one big gigantic Earth telescope to even get that newer picture of the center of the galaxy. So they say it was basically like one big Earth-sized telescope to get that picture. It took all that effort, to get that picture. And that's with our technology. So you still don't know if we're seeing what we're supposed to see. That's why I say, man, I'm not mad at people for trying to do things like that. I'm not mad at people for giving me pictures of our galaxy, because like you say, back in the day, it was a satellite that they sent off in space that had to travel for God knows how long, over how many years, to finally get us certain pictures and things of that nature. So I'm glad to see pictures of stars in the galaxy that they have been able to recover. I'm glad that scientists have done certain research on animals and insects and things and humans to give us some knowledge. I'm glad about all these things, but saying that they know it all, they got all the answers, and that they just finna tell me dogs, cats, and things or insects don't have higher forms of learning, or even I take it to another level and say I believe they all got a life force within them as far as a soul. They act too much like we do as humans. It wasn't too long ago that, like I say, the people of a darker pigment was called not human, even though they got the same body parts, look exactly the same, just had a different pigmentation. Well, that people really do that when it comes to pets or comes to insects or anything that's not even a human. They definitely don't want to say that that it can think or feel like we do. They definitely want to attribute anything that's not a human to not having any human type characteristics, which is not true. So that was the whole purpose of this stream, was Mind of a Mantis. Once again, it was basically like my other stream last time when I was saying, hey, they don't know everything, talking about space. This is just another example of they don't know. And so that's why I start leaning to God when they don't know. When I know they don't know, I let God send me the answers. If I really want them, I pray about it. So now let me see what y'all been saying. And then I'm gonna let y'all enjoy y'all Saturday. Pride Brun said, I've seen praying mantis kill scorpions. Man, I done seen praying mantis handle damn near everything. Now, I think I finally saw a praying mantis lose to like one of those gigantic damn African wasps or something like that. And I was surprised it lost, but I still would have to see that with my own eyes, because a mantis ain't no joke, man. I forgot, it was some gigantic bug that I found. And I said, man, my mantis, it ain't gonna make it. I woke up the next day, it was a shell of that other insect. A shell. That's funny. Wolf Mad says black hole and white hole. That seems about right. He crazy. Heavy Metal Marty says amazing. God is great. Oh yeah, brother. I guess he was looking at the space and things of that nature, man. Yeah, he amazing, man, because we only see the tip of the iceberg. There's so many things out there we can't even see. Mr. Powerbrain says the Van Buren belt would kill us before we left our solar system. And you know more than me because I haven't heard of the Van Buren belt. There's so many damn belts out there. Mr. Powerbrain says the sun might actually be black. I don't know what he's saying. I think that's what he may be saying. Okay, he did say that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Carol says amazing. Oh yeah. Powerbrain says the sun might actually be black. I know one thing, Powerbrain. I know I ain't gonna get close enough to actually find out. and not, hey, look, unless it's gonna be in the next life, baby. Because I ain't got no, I got a lot of dreams, but I ain't got no astronaut dreams. I'm like you, Heavy. I've seen that view of the sun as well. And we've all been told that the sun is a damn star. So I always have felt like the sun would look white anyway. But it's still cool to see them even just talk about it. But Heavy says, I've seen the sun in white on one morning while I was on the deck of a ship in the Mediterranean. He said it lasted for a very short time. The water was still as glass and everything was white. Yeah, that sounds like an amazing setting right there. An amazing setting. But either way, man, Justin, wrap up. Let's think about what we all talked about. Okay. I brought Thana home. Glad Thana made it home. That Star Wars girl, she got stranded on the expressway. Glad she made it. My Grizzlies got eliminated from the playoffs. So that took a lot out of me. I hate that, but guess what? We got to keep going. Not we got to keep going, but we gonna still keep looking at basketball till the season's over with. But guess what? That's over with. We were disappointed in how we lost. We thought we would lose last night, but the way we lost was so disappointing. And the way we played, honestly, for us, the way we played the whole playoffs has been disappointing as far as coaching and certain players and things of that nature. But overall, for a team that young, you can say it was a decent season. Most people would say it was an excellent season. Comic book says, hell, JDKH. I'm doing my closing soliloquy now, comic book. I hope you go back and check out some of it, though. But I was just to let you know, since you just got here, I was saying I'm glad Thana made it home safely last night. I talked about that earlier. My Memphis Grizzlies got knocked out of the playoffs, and honestly, I was disappointed with the way they played and the way they were coached most of the playoffs. I was mostly disappointed with Ja in the playoffs than happy with him. I like everybody on my team, but Dylan Brooks, I promise you, I literally wanted to cut him mid-game this year. And, I wish him well, whether we keep him or whether he moves on. I don't really want to get rid of him, but, man, he made me want to this series at certain times. Triple J on our team, he played like he's a rookie again. He played like he just got to the Memphis Grizzlies. So it was a lot for me not to like, but overall, we finished with the number 2 record, made it to the semifinals of the playoffs. So, hey, I look at the rest and enjoy. The next thing I talked about was, I believe we went on right to, trying to think. Oh, we talked about some more sports because I said boxing comes on tonight. Dude named Jamel Charlo. Not many other sports. Then I believe we went on to, I'm safe to say, I think we went on to Mind of a Mantis after that. And that's when I was talking about the fact that, hey, scientists don't know a lot. I ain't saying they've given us a lot of knowledge, but as much knowledge as we have, I told you, universal knowledge is something totally different. And universal knowledge is, what I mean by that is knowledge of the true universe and how it acts and how we interact with it. they don't know all the answers. Them thinking that animals don't have emotions or insects don't have emotions or souls, that's them guessing. Them telling me that a ant can't think, that's them guessing. They don't know. They don't know what these uh, insects and things of that nature can do. So we talked about that. And then I showed you guys the videos again of some videos from outer space that I showed you from last week. And I showed you some new ones. Comic book. Love you, comic book. Thank you, man. Comic book came through. And I'm glad you making me I got one more video to drop too. I'm glad you came through because I just thought about it. Comic book says drop a super chat before the end of the stream. Yeah, get it started, comic book. Hey, I definitely appreciate the support. But I talked about how they didn't know much about space and as they try to tell us, and same thing about the animals and all that stuff. And I showed those old videos from last week, and I showed a few new videos about black holes, and they just found a new black hole on Thursday. I showed that. But look, it's a video I forgot to share. Let me share that right quick. And it ain't long at all. It's just a little quick one I made. When I was walking the cats, I was walking one of my cats this weekend. Ants, baby. It's working, going about their day. Ants, baby. It's working, going about their day. My bad, guys. I ain't trying to show it twice. Now I know I ain't National Geographic, and you probably say, "Hey, bro, I can go on the National Geographic stream and see the ants up close and personal, and all of that." But I can't lie. When I be outside walking the cats and seeing nature and things, sometimes, man, I just be like, man, I be like a little kid again. Like, man, look at them. They just doing, they just doing their thing, man. Gathering whatever they gathering. They out here hunting, and I just say, man, it's good to let yourself be amazed like you used to be when you was a kid again, and marvel at the small stuff. And once again, when I was seeing them ants work and stuff, because like I say, it's easy just to pass them by and not pay attention to it as a even though I say I'm always gonna be a kid, but as an older person, you would just end up being like, you know what? You can just walk over them and not pay attention. Like, when you were little, you would stop and look. And that's how I try to be. But when I was seeing them working and stuff, I was like, man, so you mean to tell me as a big human looking over this ant, I know what this damn ant thinking. Get the hell out of here. I don't care if they're working all together in one accord and all this type of stuff. You can't tell me that you know what each one of them thinking. You can't. Or that they can't think. Like I say, yeah, they may not walk in my house and do the dishes, but at their own house, they're going to do something else similar to doing the dishes. Hell, you saw them out just then. They was doing something, hunting or finna get something to build something. They was doing something. Look, and they was walking around individually too. Like, hey, bro, I got my job. You got your job. Hey, look, hell, they out there taking care of business. Now tell one of them they ain't alive. Shit, they alive. I promise you. Just like I'm walking around. So, with all this said, let me come back. That was my little National Geographic attempt, y'all. Let me come back to the comments right quick. Make sure I don't miss nothing. I don't see him. I hope they didn't disappear. Oh, there you go. It's stalling a little bit, but there you go. Oh, Johnny K says, I keep telling my mom that she should walk her cats. Yeah, man. And now to train them on a leash now, okay, I talk about that right before I get out of here, but I ain't gonna tell you exactly how to do it, but I just say this. But to train them on a leash, you got to do basically what I've been talking about in this stream. Because cats are so different. They are not like dogs, eager to just do whatever you ask them to do. Cat, that's why I love cats, because they're more like, they more laid back. They the cool customer of the pets, but they look at you like, hey, bro, I might be in your house, but this my, it's you my pet. That's how they sort of chill. You know, you ask them to come here, they'll look at you to say, hey, I hear my name, but I come, when I want to come. That's normally how my cats have always sort of been. But not these cats, because I found out something different. I found out what I told you guys. I found out how to sort of get closer to them, even closer than I ever have with any of my other pets, with this symbiotic type of treatment that I tell you, where they truly consider me part of the natural chain of things. I say that. It's sort of how the insects and things treat me when I go outside. I promise you, man, I figured out what these Japanese dudes be doing. They're really one with everything that's alive. They give everything that's alive its proper respect. They don't go just try to kill an ant pile because it's out there. If it attacks them or something, or does something, like, yeah, they'll do, but they don't just go killing things to kill it. And like I say, not only that, I communicate with insects and animals, and I don't wait for them to talk back to me, but I'll be like, hey man, give me a little room here. Just like you would a plant, or just like you would a child. And they react. And just like my cats, I talk to them, and talk to them. These are the first cats that literally react to so many voice commands. And not like I tried to train them. It's just that I've talked to them so much. Like if I say, if Yoda or something was right here, and I'd be like, Yoda, get on out of here for a second. And just like that. She'd probably look at me and be like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Or I could say, if one of them was in here, especially Yoda, and sometimes Luke, I could literally call them and they'll come. They'll look at me for a second and be like, okay, let me go over here. This him. I know he wants something. But normally a cat would do what I told you. They'll look at you and be like, yeah, I come when I get ready. But these cats have a different type of loyalty. And once they get that loyal to you, man, you can do all type of things with them. But I will say this, walking them on the leashes did get them more loyal to me. It's crazy. It's crazy how it works. I say one day I may actually do a video on how to walk your cat on a leash. It's a couple of videos out there, but I might do one for myself. If y'all think that's a good idea, let me know. Send me a comment or something and let me know if that's cool. But other than that, me and the beautiful Cali son, we damn near finna get the hell out of here, guys. We love you. We appreciate you. Comic book man, I hate to you got here a little late, but boy, if you don't know how to make an interest, I tell you, brother, I love you and appreciate you for your support. I appreciate everybody for their support. Because man, somebody else dropped some. I think that was Mister. Somebody else dropped some on this stream. Damn, I hate to forget. But I thank you, everybody, for support, man. I'm going to go back and look. I think next stream, it'll be a good idea for me to read off all of my contributors again. Oh, before I go, y'all, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. And guess what? I'm putting out I am going to be starting my teams probably this week. I only got one level right now, and it's not perfect. But guess what? It's going to start, and I'll probably be pushing that out this coming week. And all of you guys who support your show with donations and stuff, I still want you to support me and help me when you can. but the teams is just another way of basically being an official like part of the Dog King Army. That's all. Where you'll get emojis, you'll get some badges and things of that nature that identify you as being a team member. And I have like 3 perks that set up where if you're a team member, I try to get to your questions quicker. I try to it's like 3 things that I'm going to be doing. Oh, I'm going to be giving you like private status and updates and things of that nature that only the team members will get. And man, it's another cool little perk that I have for the team members. So I'll be rolling that out this week, and I'll be glad to have any of you guys join my team. But other than that, I want to speak a blessing over your life. I want anybody that's watching this stream, I want to pray that you get abundance, overflow into your life. You got finances, bills paid, everything works out like it's supposed to work out. That you're getting younger, stronger, healthier. You losing the right weight. If you are looking for a human relationship, you'll find a good one. If you're looking for the right dog, you'll find the right girl of your dreams. But other than that, have a great and safe Saturday. I love you guys. Appreciate you for all of your support. And I promise you, hey, I'm going to keep trying to come to you every single day until the Lord says anything different. But right now, I don't think that's going to be the case. And I got Reset Sundays coming at y'all tomorrow. So be ready. Be ready. Love you guys. Me and the beautiful Cali son, we are